Welcome one, welcome all to the PBE Season 51 Semifinals stream. I hope you all are doing well this Thursday evening. I am your host for tonight's stream, AJay887, and I am joined once again by the one and only Chadwick. Chadwick, how are you doing tonight?
Doing wonderful. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, good evening. Chat's been pretty quiet so far today. I think I've only seen like 3 people that aren't us in the chat so far. So if you're in chat, let us know. Make yourselves present. Get excited for the semifinals leading up to the World Series. Can you get your last card here? No, that's not here. I need to open a bunch of packs later on. I'm a little bit behind today. It's been a busy day for me today. But we're gonna head right on into it. So we have the semifinal stream. We're gonna do a preview of all the matchups, and for those of you that haven't seen one of our semifinal streams, what we do is we are going to quick sim every game up until there's an elimination game. So once one team has 3 wins, we will be streaming the rest of that series from then on out. It's a 7-game series for all of these teams. And so we'll be streaming the elimination games only to keep things going. Majors and minors GMs, if you have changes that you want to make in between games, please let us know in your playoffs channel as soon as you can. Even if you're not making changes, let us know as soon as you can so that we can keep things moving. Stamina checks will only be for those that have, or will only actually click into the pitchers that have like yellow or red by their name. Everyone else usually will be good to go. So we're going to do a quick preview of each of these games, and as we go, we're going to be doing the first quick sim for each of them. So starting things off, on the Legends Conference Finals side of things, we have the Outer Banks Aviators taking on the New York Voyagers. Wombat Jones and Wally Choi will be getting the start for their respective teams in game number 1. A quick preview of these lineups here. Now, OBX comes in as the number 3 seed with a 67-41 record. Of these two, the Aviators have not had the best of luck in the playoffs against the Voyagers in this matchup. Over the last 3 seasons, these two teams have matched up 3 times, all 3 times over the last 3 seasons. And New York has eliminated OBX in the quarterfinals in both season 48 and 50. But the Aviators did get the better of them in season 49, where they eliminated New York in the semifinals. So these two have been kind of going in a back and forth, where one team eliminates the other. Aviators beat San Antonio 3-2 to get here, and the Voyagers beat Providence 3-0 to get here. The Voyagers being this kind of perennial playoff team, having since season 19, they've only missed the playoffs once. So it's the Voyagers have been in the playoffs a lot. What do you think about these two teams matching up here, Chadwick, in the Legends Conference Finals? Any thoughts coming into this series?
Yeah, got a couple notes here. Season series went 8-4 in favor of the Voyagers, so some pretty good domination there. Of course, for New York, Otage had a great season, leading the league in batting average, slugging, and WAR. And then New York, really strong pitching. They have 4 of the top 5 pitchers in terms of wins. OBX Garbanzo is the bat to look out for. 2nd in batting average, 1st in on-base percentage, and 2nd in WAR this season.
All right, so between these two teams, we're going to see who takes game number 1 here with a quick sim. Game number 1 of the Legends Conference Finals is going to go to the New York Voyagers. They take the first game of the series 7-6 with a 5-run 8th inning, being down 6-2 coming into that half, and getting 5 runs to take the lead and holding on in the 9th. Very impressive comeback in the late innings for the Voyagers. 3-hit day for Yeti Taz with 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs each for Hidari and Skatos on the side of the Voyagers. For Outer Banks, 2 RBIs each for Khan and Harper. Harper the only one with more than 1 hit on the Outer Banks side of things. Schramm will take the loss in the blown save. PDV2 the win. Jones their 2nd save of the postseason. And Yeti Taz will be your player of the game. All right, we'll go ahead and head on over to the other side of things with the Cancun Toros and the Nashville Stars. center fielder versus Dizzy Stoner on the mound for game 1 of this set. And these two teams, Cancun beat New Orleans 3-0 to get here. They're the number 4 seed. A little bit of an upset, having taken down the number 1 seed in the quarterfinals. And this is their 11th straight playoff appearance, which is the longest active streak in the major leagues. So they have been in the playoffs for the longest period of time as of right now, with 11 straight appearances. Longest streak, I should say. Nashville, on the other hand, excuse me, haven't made the playoffs the last 6 seasons, but they've only won 1 quarterfinal series in that span. So this is their second of those 6 seasons where they've actually made it to the semifinals, and they'll be looking to make it to the World Series as the team with the longest active World Series drought of the 4 teams that are still in it. Last time they won it was season 37. 14 seasons ago. They come in as the number 3 seed, facing off against the 4 seed Cancun, both teams with a 60-48 record. Now, Chadwick, you have a little bit of perspective on this matchup, specifically given that your player is on one of these two teams.
Yeah, as you said, this is a really even matchup. Same record in the regular season. Season-wise, they split the series 6-4 in favor of Nashville. And when you look at the overall stats, it looks like Nashville has a slight edge in batting, but Cancun has a slight edge in pitching. So we'll just see whose edge will edge out the other edge.
That's certainly one way of putting it. Center fielder and Dizzy Stoner on the mound for their respective teams. Game number 1 is going to go to... Actually, you know what? Chadwick, go ahead and lead us on into this one since you're going to be taking the box score.
That's right. Cancun, Nashville, game 1. Survey says a 3-0 win for Nashville at home. Look at the box score there. It looks like they had 3 one-run innings to get the job done. For Nashville, let's see here. RBIs from the top of the order, Sokoto and DeVille. Then at the bottom of the order there, 43.25, getting that 3rd RBI. Stoner is going to get the win. Catarina is going to get the save, a 3-inning save in the playoffs. Fielder will take the loss, and then looking at Cancun, they didn't get any runs, but let's see if they had anybody put the bat to the ball here. Leading the team in hits for Cancun, Chadwick, McGillicuddy, and Owie Cow, the third baseman, 2 hits apiece.
And so that will do it for Majors game number 1, but we have 2 other series that we need to look at, and those are the minor leagues game number 1 for their respective semifinals. Now we have the Brew City Bears versus the Florida Flamingos. Now you'll notice that the playoff or the postseason records for 2 of these teams are at 0-0 since they had the first round bye. Brew City Bears coming in as the 5 seed had to beat another team in order to get to this point, that being Anchorage, who they beat 3-1. While Florida Flamingos are able to kind of sit back, relax, and kind of observe, scout out their competition. Florida will be sending Wade Silliams Jr. to the mound versus Majiro McQueen for the Bears. Now, Florida, as I mentioned to Chadwick earlier on in the, or before we went live rather, both of Chadwick's teams, the team his players on and then the team he GMs for, Cancun and Florida, both have the longest active playoff streak in their respective leagues. Flamingos with 8 straight playoff appearances, the longest active in the minors. And Brew City has been a very prominent team in the playoffs recently as well. Over the last 13 seasons, they have made the playoffs 11 of those 13 times, this season included. And over that stretch, they're tied for the most amount of playoff appearances with the Hepcats. So they've been in the playoffs quite a bit, alongside those Kansas City Hepcats who aren't in the playoffs this year. So Brew City adding on to their total in that time frame a little bit. I forgot to update the crawler. Chadwick, any thoughts on these 2 teams? One of them you GM for.
Yeah, update that crawler. Season series here, another tight series, 6-6. These teams split regular season. The hitting statistically is pretty even. Florida's got a slight edge in the pitching department. Uh, the Mingos, we have our best bat is Outhouse. It's had a solid season, and the Bears have kind of two big bats in Plant and Croft. So those are the bats to look for.
All right, we'll go ahead and start things off with game number 1 of the semifinals between the Bears and the Mingos. Game number 1 is going to go to the Florida Flamingos, who win it 3-2. Very close game, 9 hits apiece for these two teams. Flamingos overcoming 2 errors as well. 3 RBIs from Althouse, who goes 2 for 3 in the number 2 spot of that Florida batting order, and then Summers and Kell also get 2 hits. For Brew City, 3 for 4 day for Lara Croft with 2 runs scored. Taco and Leahy with 2 hits apiece. Wheeler will take the loss, Georges will get the win, Flaps the save, and Link Althouse will be your player of the game for this one. And the last matchup that we have is going to be the California Firehawks versus the State College Swifties. Rusty Shackelford and PKVS toe the rubber for their respective teams here in game number 1. Now, as mentioned, the State College Swifties had that first round bye. They've made the semifinals twice in season 48 and 49. Didn't make the playoffs at all last year. But both times that they made the semis in 48 and 49, they did lose. So it's been a while since they've made the playoffs, all the way back to season 42. And that, I believe, is the longest time of these four teams in the semis to make the World Series. California made it in 43 but lost. And State College have only had those 2 playoff appearances in season 48 and 49 since their last World Series win back in season 42. So they haven't been in the playoffs quite a bit, but when they do, they tend to make the semifinals quite often. Meanwhile, California, not counting the Ranas, have had the longest active Minors World Series drought at 14 seasons. They haven't won it since season 37, which was the 4th of their very well-known at this point 4-peat of the World Series, where they won 4 seasons in a row, and they haven't won it since, all the way back to season 37. And every other minor league team has won it since then, other than the Ranas. So California going to be looking to get back to the World Series and break that drought, coming in as the number 6 seed, facing off against the number 1 seed, the Swifties. Chadwick, any thoughts on this matchup coming into this one?
Yeah, this is the most lopsided head-to-head matchup. The Swifties hold a 9-3 regular season lead over California in their head-to-head matchups. And the 2 bats to watch for are for the Swifties. Number 5 hitter, Kota Misashuma, number 3 in home runs in the minors. And then on the California side, their number 2 hitter, Jazzy Thompson, led the minor leagues in WAR. So those are the bats to watch out for.
Potentially a kind of an uphill battle for the Firehawks then, it sounds like, since Swifties seem to have their number in the regular season, and also the Swifties just have the better record outright in terms of that regular season for season 51. But let's see who takes game number 1. It can be anyone, Firehawks or the Swifties. Game number 1, lead us on into it, Chadwick.
Drum roll, please. And it will be an upset. The California Firehawks will win 4-1 on the strength of 11 hits. Kind of look at this box score here. The top of the order getting the job done. Look at that. The 1, 2, and 3 hitters all getting multiple hit games. Sean and Thompson both scoring multiple runs. For State College, how about a 2 for 5 effort from the leadoff hitter Healer, and then McKinley going 2 for 4 later down on there. Just 1 RBI from Healer. Shackelford for California is going to get no decision. The winner is going to come out of the bullpen in Biglet. Loss is going to go to PKV 5 and 6 1/3 innings. No save in this one. Your player of the game, Revan Shen, as California takes the 1-0 series lead.
All right, so let me go ahead and update the crawler here real quick, and then we will be moving on to game number 2 for all of these. GMs, if you have changes to make, please let us know in your respective channels as soon as possible. If you're not making changes, please let us know as well so that we can move on as quickly as we can. We'll go ahead and save, finish off the day, and head right on into the changes for game number 2. Let's see what we have here, starting off with the majors, who have had a little bit more time to think up their changes. Voyagers. Alright. Voyagers, stamina. It looks like PDV2 is the only one in the red. They're at 19% exhausted, aside from AJay, who started. Everyone else seems to be pretty good. Stars, no changes. Aviators, stamina check, sure thing. Okay, you've got scheduled starters good. The other 2 stars are a little bit tired, but not too bad. Carl Johnson is at 63%. Everyone else is green or better. No change for Toros. Bears, letting it ride. Chadwick, any changes for the Flamingos?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, letting it ride there. Voyagers have changes. Game 2 pen. We're looking at middle relief for everyone, which is already there. Use more often only on Jones. PDV2 goes to use less. And nothing. PW to normal. Avoid high leverage for non-disclosure. That looks correct to me. Enoch, let me know if I missed anything or if that looks good to you as well. Aviators changes. Johnson to none specified. Avoid high leverage. Save. Oh. Oh, okay. Possibly more. You said that right as I hit save and I panicked. I was like, did I change the wrong thing? Okay, yeah. If you have more, that's fine. Swifties, anything? Firehawks, anything? Flamingos and Bears are letting it ride. Same thing with the Stars and Toros. Voyagers give me the thumbs up. So we're waiting on Aviators, Firehawks, and Swifties. I just see T-Stole saying let it ride in the chat, so there we go. I guess Swifties are good. Lumo, you were in chat, right? You guys making changes? I like the gift T-Stoles. Very nice. Alright, Aviators say they're good. So I think we're good for the majors at least. Firehawks are the only team I didn't hear from, so we'll just go ahead and start things off with the majors then. And if the Firehawks say anything, then we'll make changes for them. Otherwise, we'll just keep on rolling. All right, game number 2, Outer Banks, New York. New York leads the series 1-0. OBX will send Kim Ji-woo to the mound while Cali Cove gets the start for New York. With the Voyagers leading the series here, we'll see who takes game number 2. It is going to be the New York Voyagers. They take game 2 after taking game 1, 8-2, the final in this one. Voyagers with a 2-0 lead in the series. 2 hits, 2 RBIs for both Angel and Skatos. And Hidari goes 3 for 3 with an RBI on side of New York. For Outer Banks, 2 hits, 2 RBIs for Garbanzo, and then Henry and Khan both get 2 hits. Cove gets the win. Ji-woo will take the loss. Hidari will be your player of the game. And New York takes a 2-0 lead early on in the semifinals. All right. Chadwick, you want to lead us on into the other...
Yes, let's do it. Cancun, Nashville. Will we have a 1-1 series or a 2-0 series? And the baseball simulation gods are going to give us a 7-1 win for Nashville. Looks like they scored 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, another 2 in the seventh. Looking at their hitting, how about a 2 for 3 game from Cove, 3 RBI, 2 RBI from Allen from right field. Ziegler, their best pitcher, is going to get the win, go 2-0 in the playoffs. Pecora will take the loss for Cancun, who had another tough night. Only 3 hits, all from the bottom of the order. Snake, Bendis, and Chiki-san. Imagine your player of the game is going to be Ziegler, yes, with the win there. So Nashville goes up 2-0, and we have a pair of 2-0 matchups in the majors.
Both home teams gain an early 2-0 lead, which makes it so that they only need 2 wins in 5 games, which should be very manageable for both these teams. But the other teams need to win 4 of the last 5, which is going to be tricky. We'll head over to the minor leagues now to take a look at Game 2 for them. Still haven't heard from the Firehawks, so we'll start off with the Bears and the Flamingos. They're first on the list anyway here. Majors GMs, if you have changes for game number 3, please let us know as soon as you can. Meanwhile, for the minor league semifinals, Brew City Bears send Mac John to the mound. Florida Flamingos Sagandi Legend will get the start. Florida leads the series 1-0. We'll see if it's a 2-0 for the home team yet again, or if the Brew City Bears will tie this up. Game number 2 of the minor league semifinals between the Bears and Flamingos is going to go to the Florida Flamingos, who follow the lead of the majors, and as the home team pick up their second victory, 5-2 over the Bears. We have 2 hits and 1 RBI for Knopf, and 2 RBIs on 1 hit for McLeod on the side of Florida. For Brew City, both Boucher and Taco get a hit and an RBI. John will take the loss, Legend the win, Falcon the save, and Sagandi Legend will be your player of the game. 2 earned runs over 6.1 innings pitched, 6 hits and 2 walks given up, striking out 6 Bears. I'll do it for the first of the 2 semifinals. I'm sorry, T-Stills, I'm not going to take your word at this. T-Stills said, Lumo told me, hey, switch our pitcher and batters around so our pitchers hit and our batters pitch. Trust.
Seems shady.
A little bit. Sorry, Lumo, if you did tell T-Stills that, we're gonna need it in your official channel here. But instead, we're gonna head to the other side of the bracket for the minor league semifinals.
Yep, Firehawks and Swift Steeds. Will we have a 4th consecutive 2-0 series? Is the question you're all asking. AJ is going to click the button, and we're going to find out. And we will. How about the Firehawks? 9 runs on 15 hits. An offensive explosion there. It looks like if we scroll to their back score, I'm guessing everybody got a hit. And the bottom of the order getting the job done. How about Beavers going 3 for 4 with 2 RBI, 2 for 5 for Power Bat Little Bark going 2 for 5 with 3 RBI. For State College, only RBIs off the bats of McKinley and Pizza Man. Pitching wise, your winner is going to be Nasty. The loss is going to go to Chicken Nudes. Conkling will get a hold. No save in this one. Player of the game, Gus Beavers. So there we go. How about 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0?
Wow. This scares me a little bit. I don't know about you, Chadwick, but this scares me because the semifinals.
I know,
yeah, the semifinals.
Massive reverse sweep time,
yeah,
perhaps.
Yeah, the semifinal, major semifinal, not major semifinals, just the semifinal stream in general, has the highest capability for a large amount of games in any stream. If we have 3-0 in all 4 series, and every series still goes to a game number 7, we'll be streaming 16 games tonight, which is terrifying. It's a travel day for both teams, so this is going to be an easy day to get through. We'll go ahead. I say both teams, I meant both leagues. Game 3 changes. GMs, if you have changes to make, please let us know. Let's see. All right. Enoch has us muted because he doesn't want to hear me talk. That's fine, I guess. Stamina check for the Voyagers. P-Dub Woods, 69%. Nice. Everyone else, good to go, including the scheduled starter Gausman. Stars say no changes. Aviators have changes. They say Johnson to long relief. I assume long relief normal unless I see otherwise, Benny. Nansen and Abassi to non-specified, avoid high leverage. Okay. There we go. Oh, Abassi to long relief, avoid high leverage. Okay. There we go. Does that look good, Benny? Let me know. Voyagers have... Okay, cool. Aviators good. Voyagers have changes for their pen. Mirror relief for everyone. Use more often for Jones and PV2. Stopper for both of them. And then normal usage for Woods, less often for Jumbo and Disclosure. And that should be good. Enoch, if you want to give me a thumbs up, let me know if I got it or not. Nothing from the Toros so far, or any of the minor leagues teams so far.
Enoch gave you a thumbs up.
Sweet. Chadwick, anything for the Flamingos?
Let's just do a stamp check. I think we're probably good, though, with the off day. While we wait for the other minors GMs to see what's going on.
It's like Colt Falcon is at 69. Nice. Everyone else?
Yeah, we'll let it ride. We're good.
Also. Okay. Let it ride for the Flamingos. Checking to see chat. I'm not seeing anything in either Twitch chat or in the Toros. Toros say no change. So the majors should be good. Miners just repost the same, or Bears just repost the same GIF. Okay. All right. I think we're ready to get going then with game number 3. Even if you're, I should say, even if you are just, like, if you're chatting and you're about to make changes and you want us to pause, just send us a message in your channel, just so we know to hold off and wait a little bit. But we're going to keep going because I haven't heard anything else. So, game number 3, Voyagers Aviators. New York leads the series 2-0. They're looking to make it 3-0. Aviators want to get something on the board here at home in front of their home fans. Joe Kelly to the mound for OBX. Kelvin Gausman for New York. Game number 3 of the Legends Conference Finals is going to go to the Outer Banks Aviators. We will not be streaming 4 games of this series. Thank goodness. The 16-game dream is dead. Aviators with 4. What's up?
We're only 15 now.
Yeah, 15 maximum now. We're lowering it one by one. 4-3 victory for the Aviators. In extras, it takes them 10 innings, but they get the win regardless with a run in the 9th and a run in the 10th. 2 RBI for Khan, 4 for 5 Day for Cove. On the side of New York, 2 hits, 1 RBI for Tomato the second. The win goes to Striker Jr., the loss to Woods and Arrow Cove, your player of the game for this one. Adjust the crawler here.
All right, next up, of course, will be the Stars and the Toros. This will be game 3, the first one in Cancun. Can Cancun get on the board? Like the OBX did, and they will not. It will be a 5-0. Cancun's bats are really struggling, myself included. Let's see here. Chiki-san, 2 hits for Cancun in a losing effort, but for Nashville, Love going 2 for 4 with an RBI, and then how about Mom Spooner going 1 for 4 with 3 RBI? Must have been a home run. Yes, a 3-run homer in the 4th inning. That's enough to win the game. Krispy Kreme will improve to 3-0 in the playoffs. Look at that. Akron will take the loss. Looks like there's no saving this one, but Krispy Kreme will be your player of the game with 7 innings, no runs, and just 4 hits.
Which means that the first game that we will be watching tonight will be Game 4 between the Stars and the Toros, as the Stars look to punch their ticket to the World Series and the Toros look to fend them off. Toros need a reverse sweep in order to advance to the World Series. Stars just need to win 1 of 4 games. Come back to that one in a little bit, but for right now, minor leagues have their game number 3. So we're gonna start things off with the Flamingos and the Bears. Florida leads the series 2-0. Pedro Martini on the mound for Florida. Maximilian Porter to the mound for the Bears. Bears at home will be looking to put the first win of the series on the board. Flamingos looking to make it 3-0. The winner of game number 3 will be the Brew City Bears, getting the win in front of their home crowd handily as well. 13-1 with 19 hits, 5 runs each in the first and second. Big day for the Bears bats. Almost hits across the board. Leahy, unfortunately, unable. They did get an RBI. With a sac fly. So still contributing. But 2 hits at least for almost everyone else. 4 RBIs for Plant and McThick. Great day for Brew City at the bat. Florida has a 2-hit, 1 RBI day for Dinger. Martini will take the loss, getting shellacked for 9 runs in the first inning alone. Porter gets the win for Brew City, going 8 shutout innings, only allowing 3 hits from the Flamingos lineup. Maximilian Porter, your player of the game, with a great day on the mound. Wow. Want to go ahead and lead us on into the next one here, Chadwick?
That's right. State College in California. California is at home, up 2-0. And it is going to be a 3-0 lead as California is going to get another win. 5-1, 11 hits. Held the Swifties to just 3, but the Swifties threw the ball around there with 3 errors. How about Thompson? Leading the minors in WAR, 3 for 4 and an RBI. There. Looking at State College, their lone RBI came off the bat of Misashima, who is one of the leading home run hitters in the minors. Your win is going to go to about the 4th, 5 2/3, 1 run. Thornberry is going to take the loss. The save is going to go to Summers, 3 1/3 out of the bullpen. How about that? Player of the game, John Valek.
It's not the Fire Chickens, Enoch. It clearly says home of the Water Pigeons. Firehawks get the win, making it 3-0 in their series. So we have 2 series at 3-0, and we have 2 series at 2-1, which means we'll be quick simming game number 4 for the Flamingos Bears set and the Aviators Voyagers set, but we will be watching game number 4 for the other 2, Stars Toros and the Firehawks Swifties. So, GMs, if you have changes to make, please let us know in your channel, or if you're good to roll on into game number 4, please let us know. I think we'll probably quick sim game number 4 for the 2 groups that we're doing it for, just so that they have more time to make changes for game number 5, and hopefully we'll be able to move quickly on that one. So for those teams that were quick simming, we'll be quick simming your games first, and then so both the majors and the minor game will be quick simmed, and then we're gonna go to the Stars Toros for game number 4. That's our game plan for right now, but we have changes to make first. So starting off with the Voyagers, who want a stamina check. We have Ransom Jones at 62, KDV2 at 44, and Woods at 49. Everyone else looks to be good. There you have it, Voyagers. Stars are good. Aviators want a stamina check. Absolutely. We have Nansen at 58. Johnson at 50. Schramm at 62. Everyone else appears to be good. Toros have changes to their lineup. Lineup versus right-hander and left-hander. We have Chadwick, Murphy, Nitro, Yosh, Jacob, and Bad. I assume that's Just the first 6 in the lineup that were changing, and the last 3 are remaining the same. So Chadwick, Murphy,
Whoa.
Nitro,
Lead off for Chadwick.
Yosh, Jacob, and Baz. It's a good thing I know what players Jacob and Baz have. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Twitchy, that looked good. Let me know if you have any other changes. Let's see. Pitching for the Aviators, Johnson and Nansen. Nansen's already there, so just Johnson. Schramm to middle, normal, and high leverage. Okay. Does that look good, Benny, or did I miss anything? Voyagers have game 4 changes. We'll go ahead and go over there. I'm just bouncing all over the place. Normal usage for Jones. No secondaries for anyone. Then we have used less often. And avoid high leverage for you. Use less often. Use less often. That look right, Enoch? I think that's correct. Yeah, looks good. Alright. Okay, Johnson for Aviators to long relief, avoid high leverage. Okay. Alright. Looks good. Okay, Florida Flamingos want a stamina check. Okay, we have, let's see, Georges is at 6 or 2%, depending on starting pitching versus relief pitching. Confident at 67. Isabauer at 24. Kumtowski at 31. Everyone else seems to be good. Nothing from the Firehawks. Nothing from the Bears. Oh, did I miss stamina checks, T-Stalls? I'm sorry. I must. Was that prior to the last game? Sorry about that. I don't know why I didn't see that. Whoops. Well, if you want a stamina check now, I'm here. Let's see. Really, it's just T2 at 38. Everyone else seems to be good. Twain to non-specified. Okay. Non-specified normal or non-specified AHL? I'll leave it at normal unless I hear otherwise. Oh, I see it. Non-specified normal. Okay. We do have changes for the Flamingos. Aside from the Flamingos, last chance for any changes. Let us know. And if you're looking at potential changes and want us to wait, just let me know, please. Let's see. George to non-specified. Okay, George Bauer and Kumtowski to non-specified. Avoid high leverage. Okay. I assume you also want the secondary removed in that case. I'm gonna leave it at long relief, but let me know if you want it fully removed. I'm guessing that's the case. George Bauer and Kumtowski, non-specified, avoid high leverage. Mashingo, Oter, and Flaps to middle normal.
Yeah, he says you can remove the secondaries.
Okay. There we go. It was just those two. Isbauer didn't have a secondary. Okay. That looked good, Parquad? / Chadwick?
Yep, we're good.
Awesome. Last chance for anyone that wants to make changes. Please let us know ASAP in your channels. Because we're rolling right on into game number 4 here. Again, we're going to Quick Sim, OBX New York. We're going to Quick Sim, Bruce City, Florida. And then we will do a full stream of game number 4 for both Cancun, Nashville, and California State College. In that order. So starting things off, New York Aviators. New York leads the series 2-1. Voyagers sending Wally Choi back to the mound. Wombat Jones gets the start for Outer Banks. Game number 4 between the New York Voyagers and the Outer Banks Aviators is going to go to the Outer Banks Aviators, who tie the series at 2, which means we will quick sim game number 5 as well in this one. Aviators win at 5-2, out hitting the Voyagers 11-6. We have 3 hits on 1 RBI for Arya Harper, 2 hits and 1 RBI for Jorge Garbanzo, 2 hits, 1 RBI for Otaj and Taz on the side of New York. Troy gets the loss, Jones gets the win, both starters getting the decision. Striker Jr. their second save of the postseason, and Wombat Jones will be your player of the game, striking out 10 Voyagers over 7 innings pitched. There we go. We'll go ahead and adjust the crawler here. And we'll do a quick check over here with the minor leagues for game number 4 between the Flamingos and Bears. Want to lead us on to this one, Chadwick?
Well, let's do it. Game number 4 we'll go to the Florida Flamingos in a slugfest. How about 18 runs, 30 hits combined by the two teams? What a game, huh? Let's see here for Florida. Bottom of the order. How about 2, 4, 1, and 2 RBIs from the bottom of the order there, led by Dexter Jackson, and DH going 3 for 4 with 4 RBI. For Bruce City, how about Plant, who we talked about earlier, 2 for 5 with 4 RBI. Taco also getting in the party, 2 RBI, and Bass as well. Pitching-wise, let's take a look here. Short outings for both starters. How about Silliams going 2 2/3, McQueen going 3 innings, both giving up a lot of runs. The hero for Florida is going to be Barry Balls going 4 innings out of the bullpen. Machinga will get the save. Wheeler is going to get the loss for Bruce City. Your player of the game is Dexter Jackson.
And what that means is we will only be quick simming one more game. The rest of the games are streamed, and that quick sim game is going to be the next day. Voyagers Aviators game number 5. Everything else is going to be fully streamed for you all because it's elimination game time for all of the series except for the Legends Conference Finals at this point. So we're going to head on into game number 4 between the Stars and the Toros. We have Dizzy Stoner and center fielder on the mound for their respective teams. The game 1 starters are back for game number 4, as Nashville leads the series 3-0. They're looking for the sweep. The Toros looking to stave off elimination here by starting off their first of a potential reverse sweep, which is what they need in order to get to the World Series. Nashville is very, very close at this point. And they are among the 8 teams that are still in the semifinals. They are the team that has not been to the World Series in the longest amount of time. As we mentioned, season 39 was the last time the Stars were in the World Series. Season 37, the last time they won it. So they are very hungry to get back to the big series. Cancun Toros need to win 4 straight. They need to start off with a win here. So sending center fielder to the mound, who has a 3.72 ERA against Nashville, is probably as solid a choice as any. Pretty even on the head-to-head matchups, as these two teams did have a identical win-loss record in the regular season this year. Both of them 60 and 48.
And we do have a prediction up. Over under 2.5 home runs. So remember, you can cash in channel points for hard cold PBE cash. So let's go ahead and recklessly spend some points here.
Yeah, 2.5 home runs is a pretty simple over under, I'd say. 3 home runs. Do we think we can get that from this group of talented players? I think so. I mean, Hayden Andrews Jr. and Mo Love both with 20-plus home runs in the Raiders. Also, Arson Judge, too. I didn't see that as well. Those 3 players all with 20-plus home runs in the regular season for the Stars alone. But the Toros have quite a bit of sluggers on their team with 5 players all above 20 and 3 above 25 with Nate Nitro, 33 home runs for the DH. So I think 3 home runs is possible, but these are 2 really good pitchers as well. I mean, these are 2 of some of the better pitchers in the major leagues right now. So limiting home runs is something that they do very well. Thank you very much for this Prime subscription, Rabbit Sponge. Chadwick, any final thoughts before we head on into this game?
No, I see we got quite a bit of points in a short amount of time, so good job, everybody. And hopefully the leadoff hitter for Cancun will show up. That's what I'll say.
All right, well, I think we're about ready to get on into game number 4. Nashville leads it 3-0. As they look for the sweep, we head to Cancun. Let's double check, make sure. Okay, BNN is off. Good. We got pause play-by-play just to make sure the cameras are all set, because sometimes that does have a little bit of issue, as expected. Let's go ahead and fix that real quick here.
I don't think I've seen that one. That's like the nadir view.
I think it was the blimp cam, maybe. Is that a little bit loud for anyone else?
Maybe a little.
Is it? Okay. Go to the game options real quick. Turn on the volume. We'll bring it to 80. Alright, we'll see how that goes. Well, now it's just not... I'm not hearing anything now.
No, yeah, I turned it off. What's going on?
Enabled. Maybe once we actually start it, it'll come back. Hopefully.
Yeah, let's try.
All right, here we go. Cancun Toros versus Nashville Stars. I'm going to take you through the first half of the game, then we'll hand it off to Chadwick partway through. And we are underway in Cancun. And nope, sound is just gone. I don't know what happened. How did this happen? Okay, well, we got the... Oh, there it is. Okay, now it's coming back. All right. Fly out by Sakudo and a fly out by DeVille will be the first 2 outs of the first inning. Wyneus Cove steps to the plate. And a walk is drawn, so the first base runner of the ball game will be Wyneus Cove. Deep drive left center. That one is over the wall. 2-run home run for Mo Love, and the Nashville Stars are out in front early in a game where they could advance to the World Series with a win. Or rather, will advance to the World Series if they win. Big start for the Stars. Barry Allen grounds out to end the inning, but they are up 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. Cancun needs to answer back here. It's early on in the ball game, but they need to show that they are not afraid of those 2 runs and that they can put up some big runs of their own. McGillicuddy strikes out. Murphy will beat out the throw from the pitcher for an infield single, but a pickoff attempt gets Murphy taken off the base paths. Nitro strikes out. Stoner faces the minimum amount of batters. Sai is retired. We head to the top of the second. As Junior laces a base hit, that's going to be a left center double, leading things off for Nashville. 43 1/4 now. Runner already in scoring position. And gets away from the catcher, but no runners advance. Runner does not advance. 43 and a quarter strikes out. Mom Spooner going to ground out to second. That will advance the runner over to third. Andrews Jr. at third base now for Arson Judge. A line drive right to Chikason in center field will end the inning. Nashville threatens another run, but they remain ahead by 2. And a base hit for Our Clear Not Cloudy will start things off well for the Toros here in the bottom half of the second inning. Ohikawa, though, swings and misses on the sinker ball. Bringing up Xander Aza. Grounder to second, over to first. 4-6-3 double play. Toros get a hit, but nothing else. They still trail by 2. We head to the top of the third. Sakudo strikes out on the knuckle curve. Nash DeVille will get a base hit. That's going to be a double for the center fielder. Off of the center fielder. Juanias Cove strikes out. There's the second out of the inning. Now Mo Love strikes out as well. Third inning over for Nashville. No runs on 1 hit. And runner left in scoring position. We head to the bottom of the third. With Sneck, Bendis, and Chikason due up. Sneck is going to get that one past the left fielder. I don't know how they didn't catch that one, but that's going to be a double for Sneck. Timmy Bendis grounds out to the shortstop. Now it's going to be Chikason. Hitting .316 in the postseason, but lining out to Nash DeVille for out number 2. Slow roller to third. Not long and not slow enough, though, for McGillicuddy to beat out the throw. It's going to be out number 3. We head to the top of the fourth. Barry Allen will fly out to right, bringing up Hayden Andrews Jr. 1 for 1 on the day, but they strike out in this at-bat. 5 Ks on the day for center fielder. 43 and a quarter. Ground out to first, and that will do it for the fourth. Quick 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom half of the inning with Murphy, Nitro, and Our Clear Not Cloudy due up. Murphy will strike out. Nitro has been struggling this postseason. .095 batting average. And a fly out to right. I mean, that will fall even further to .091. Our Clear Not Cloudy grounds out, and a quick 1-2-3 inning. Go the Toros. Top 5. We have Mom Spooner, Judge, and Sakudo due up for the Stars. Mom Spooner strikes out. Judge now. Judge is 0 for 1 today. Make it 0 for 2 with a strikeout on the fastball. 3 pitches, all they needed. Now the order turns over, and Sakudo will ground out to end the top half of the 5th. Stars lead 2-0 as we head to the bottom half of the inning, sending you over to Chadwick.
All right, Ohikawa is going to lead it off against Dizzy Stoner here. He will fly out to left field, 1 down. We're up to shortstop Aza. Hammer one to center. What will happen here? It's going to be caught on the track, 2 down. Snake is going to take a 3-0 walk. We'll bring up the second baseman Bendis, runner on. 2 outs, he'll hit one. Will get over his head? No, it'll be caught down by the center fielder. And the score remains 2-0 in favor of Nashville. Nashville will have Nash DeVille leading off the inning against center fielder. He's going to get a base hit. He will get that ball, get to the wall. It'll be a double. It's close there. Lead-off double. Bring up Unius Cove. Pop one up on the infield. It will be caught by the second baseman. Love now will hammer one to center. Great play there. Keeps the runner at second. Now the right fielder, Allen, pass ball there. Well pitch situation. Allen now is going to strike out looking full count. So that could be key there. If Cancun can get some runs here, it'll be 9-1-2 for Cancun facing Dizzy Stoner. It'll be Chicky-san. It's going to get no run into the hitting right fielder. Chadwick McGillicuddy now leadoff hitter is going to hit one to center. It'll be caught. That's 2 quick outs. And now Murphy, the right fielder, will strike out. So Cancun is struggling with the bats in this series mightily. Andrews Jr. will lead it off against the new pitcher, Rockeford Coswald. He's going to get a ball to the wall. There'll be a leadoff double. 43 and a quarter, the catcher. When I'll step up, he'll hit one to the left, and it is gone. Touch 'em all, Jose. 43 and a quarter. A 2-run bomb to give Nashville a 4-0 lead. Mom Splinter will get a hit down the line. That'll be a double. So no out still. 2 runs in. Judge the DH. Will strike out, so there's the first out. 1 out, 1 on for the top of the order, and Sakota, he's on fire. He'll strike out on the 1-2. And it'll be Nash DeVille. Will hit one to the left. It will be caught. And that will end with a 2-run top of the 7th. Cancun needs to get something going here. Nitro will lead it off against Dizzy Stoner. He's going to grind out the first base unassisted. Yoshnow. The cleanup spot. He's going to hit one and touch him off. Oh, really? Cloudy Diamonds are clear, not cloudy. Get Cancun on the board. 4-1. Obi Cow is going to get a base hit. Bring up Azza. Azza will strike out looking on the 1-2. Snake, the left fielder, can keep the inning going. Full count, he'll strike out. That will retire the side, but Cancun is on the board. 3-run ball game, top of the 8th. There'll be Cove facing Rockeford Coswald. Still a fly at the center, 1 down. Bring up Love, first baseman, who is going to draw a 3-0 walk. I'll bring up Allen now, the right fielder. Swishman, the new pitcher for Cancun. Swishman will strike out Allen. 2 outs, 1 on now for Andrews Jr. Going to draw a full count walk. It'll be 43 and a quarter, who just hit a home run in last at bat. And will draw a walk. The bases are now loaded for Mom Spooner. See what happens here. He'll strike out on the full count. So Cancun, they need a couple runs here in the bottom of the 8th. It will be 8-9-1 facing Katarina. Bendis will strike out on the 1-2, and I'll bring up Chicky-san, the center fielder. No, not a new pitcher. I thought it was. That was weird. Okay. 2 outs, flies to right field, and now McGillicuddy will swing, and he'll get on base on the air by the first baseman, Murphy. Does he have some power in his bat? No. And a walk. Nate Nitro. DH, 2 on. 2 out. He'll hit one into the gap. One will score. 2 runs will more hold him. Runners at second and third for Rowdy, who hit a home run. Will walk. The bases are now loaded for Oikawa. It's a 2-run ball game in the bottom of the 8th. Oh, a pass ball. A runner will score. 4-3. Cancun's within a run of the tying run of scoring position. They'll get a hit, is it? Oh, no, what's going on? Nobody caught it. It is a 3-run quarter off the bat of Oikawa. To give Cancun a 5-run inning and a 2-run lead. Amazing stuff. Az is not going to get a hit. That ball will get to the wall. It is going to be a double. Snake will now take some hacks. Snake will grind out the short, but Cancun scored 5 runs to take a 2-run lead at the top of the 9th. Nashville needs 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. Be Judge versus Swishman. Judge will get a leadoff walk. Kudo will hit one to center. That'll be tracked down. 1 down, 1 on. For Nash DeVille now. He'll swing and miss. And it'll be up to Cove to keep this going. Cove will draw a walk. So now the go-ahead run is at the plate in the form of Love. Melvin Montaigne now in the game. He'll hit one ready to be caught. And Cancun avoids the sweep. That was an entertaining game for your first stream game of the night, huh?
Yeah, no kidding.
Look at that chart, a roller coaster for sure. Cancun, we won't spend too much time on this. We just watched it. It's going to be, Swishman's going to get your win out of the bullpen. Your save is going to go Montaigne. Getting 1 out. Katarina will take the blown save, giving up 5 runs. All of them unearned because of that error, right? A big error there that nobody would saw coming. So there we go. Cancun gets a win in the win column.
Exciting game for the Toros fans. as their team stays alive. We'll see if we see the same thing for the State College Swifties, whose team is looking, whose fans are looking for their first win in the postseason, as they are 0-3 against the California Firehawks. Firehawks lead the series 3-0. Just a reminder, all teams, if you have changes to make for your next games, please let us know in your channels. California and State College, you're exempt for right now until your game is completed. As we take a look at these two teams, looks like State College actually has the head-to-head. So Swifties have the head-to-head. They have the regular season matchup where they beat the Firehawks in most of their appearances, and they had the objectively better win-loss record, sitting at 68-40 compared to California's 54-54, and yet they're down 3-0 in the semifinals here. So their backs are against the wall. They're on the road, facing Rusty Shackelford, who admittedly does not do too well against the Swifties, as you can see, 0-2, 7.53 ERA. But now's as good time as any to turn that around and to help your team get a win, advancing your team to the World Series. It'd be a great story for Shackelford if that were to come to pass. Chadwick, any thoughts on this matchup here? You're going to be taking us through the first half of the game, and I'll be finishing us out for this one.
Yeah, no, California is the surprise team of the night for sure, you'd say, right? So
yeah.
Let's see if the Swifties need a win here to stave off elimination themselves.
6 seed California versus 1 seed Swifties. And it's a 3-0, but not in the way you might have predicted coming into this one. Go ahead and pause the play-by-play, make sure everything looks good as we head on into game here. And Chadwick, you about ready to get going? We do have a prediction. Will California pull off the sweep? So if you have, if you want to put some channel points down on that, we'll give you a little bit longer before we actually get started here.
Yeah, just as well. It will be PKVS on the mound for the Swifties, Rusty Shackelford for California. And just looking at the head-to-head stats, I'm sure Shackelford's had to have pitched already, right? So, but if you look at that 0-2 with a 7.53 ERA in the head-to-head, but as we outlined to begin the series, this was the most lopsided one, with the Swifties holding a 9-3 advantage in the regular season, and just like in real life, right? Throw the records out the window once you get into the playoff.
Absolutely. We have a couple of players that hit really well against Shackelford, namely Bageshwari Singh with a 455 average, 5 for 11, and Himiko Toga, 375 average. And also Ulysses Ballion hitting 556, going 5 for 9. Smaller sample sizes for sure, but still a good sign, good trend for those Swifties who are looking to try and stay alive, keep their playoff hopes, keep that candle lit. I think we've delayed and stalled enough time for people to make predictions. So let's go ahead and head on into game here. Ready to start us off here, Chadwick?
Ready. Let's see the first pitch.
All right, take it away. As soon as we adjust the view.
Crazier. The views just get crazier and crazier. Dugout cam. It will be Bandit Healer facing Rusty Shackelford here. Start this game. 1-2 count. And Healer will get a leadoff single to start this matchup. Alou now, the right fielder. Will ground out. No, second baseman bobbles the ball. That's an error. 2 on, nobody out for Hirakash, who will get a base hit. The bases are loaded to no outs for Toga, the DH. who will hammer one to right field. It'll be caught. It'll be deep enough for a sac fly, though. It'll be safe. Now the runners are cornered with one out for Mizushima, who's a home run hitter. Mizushima will get a tapper. Ooh, the catcher will make a nice play. Get the runner at second. They're cornered with 2 outs for Singh now. Singh will ground out on the fielder's choice, and California kind of does a good job at limiting that to just 1 run. Shan now facing PKVS will strike out. I'll bring up Thompson, the right fielder. She said led the minor leagues in WAR. Going to ground out to short. And Can You Take Me Higher? 2 outs, 2-2 count, will strike out. So we'll go to the top of the second, 1-0 in favor of the Swift Steeds. It'll be McKinley, the left fielder. Gonna hit one out of here. A solo home run, touch 'em all, Edward McKinley. 2-0 lead for the Swifties. Mike Pizzaman, the third baseman, ground out the first, unassisted. Ballion, now, full count, will strike out. 2 outs, nobody on now for the top of the order in Healer. Healer will strike out on the 2-2. And after the top of the second, it's 2-0 in favor of the Swifties. So what California can do be Zach Johnson the third. I'm going to hit one in the shallow left. That'll be caught, 1 down. Kryptonite, the shortstop. We'll hit one to center. That'll be 2 down. And now Lopez, the third baseman, will strike out on the 1-2. So now, through 2 innings, it's 2-0 in favor of the Swift Steeds. They'll have 2-3-4 facing Shackelford and Lou. It's going to ground out to the pitcher. That's 1 down. Hirshikesh will strike out on the 0-2, and it'll be up to the DH. Now, Himkimo Toga, who will strike out on the 0-2. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Can California get on the board? It'll be 7-8-9. Gus Beavers is going to lead this inning off with a base hit. Power bat is going to ground out on the fielder's choice. They'll get the lead runner. They'll be safe at first. Altuve is going to hand one to right fielder. Gets on. This game's tied. Touch them all. Also Altuve. California ties this game. Now Shan is going to get a base hit. And it'll be up to Thompson. 1 on, 1 out. Runner's going. Runner safe. Steele in second. Thompson will ground out the first. Runner will go to third. 2 outs. Runner at third for Can You Take Me Higher. It's going to ground out to third, and that will retire to the side. But California, with 2-run homer, ties this game up as we go to the top of the fourth. Mizushima will lead it off with a line out to straight center. McKinley going to ground out to short. Or they're Singh, sorry. Now McKinley. Shift is on. McKinley is going to go yard. Touch 'em all. Edward McKinley to give the Swifties a 3-2 lead. 2 outs now, nobody on for Pizza Man. Who will strike out on the 0-2, but California gets the game tied, but they give one up in the top of the fourth. No shutdown inning. Bottom of the fourth now. Zach Johnson, the third, is going to ground out the short. That's 1 down. Kryptonite is going to strike out on the 1-2, and I'll bring up Lopez, who is in a cold streak here. Lopez will not be in a cold streak anymore. That's a double down the line. A 2-out double will stretch it to a triple. How about a 2-out triple? Beavers will have a chance to tie this game up. And Beavers will. 3-3. Beavers drives in the runner from third with 2 outs. Power bat is going to draw a walk. Runners at first and second for Altuve, who has gone yard already. Altuve will get a base hit. They'll send the runner. The runner will be safe. And California scores 2 in the inning to take a 1-run lead. We have a new pitcher. Blank space will get out of the inning on a 4-3 ground out by Shan, but California will take a 1-run lead. We'll go to the top of the 5th here. Be Balian versus Shackelford. Going to get a leadoff single. Looking up top of the order, and Healer. Runner's going. Runner's safe. Whoa, ball gets in the center. Runner will get to 3rd. Healer now is going to pop up the shallow center. Runner will not go. One down. A runner at 3rd for Lou. Infield in. Won't matter. He'll get the ball to center field. We're tied at 4 now. 1 on, 1 out for Hershikesh. It's going to hammer one to left. They'll be caught on the track. Bring up the DH Doga. Going to draw a walk. Runners at 1st and 2nd. Game is tied. Mizushima, home run hitter. Whale strikeouts. And we're tied at 4. And AJay is going to take you to the rest of this entertaining ballgame.
Yeah, this one's been going back and forth so far quite a bit. I mean, both teams have had the lead so far as Thompson gets a leadoff double to start the bottom of the 5th. But I mean, the largest lead we've had so far was 2 runs. So very close game throughout so far. Can You Take Me Higher gets on board with a single, advances Thompson over to 3rd. Johnson the 3rd flies out to left. It won't be deep enough to score the runner, so we bring up Dirk's Kryptonite. Ground out, but a sacrifice it is. Thompson scores, Mihire goes to 2nd, and Kryptonite will be very happy with that ground out, giving the California Firehawks the lead once again by only a run. 5-4 in favor of California. As we head to the top of the 6th, State College looking to answer back. Singh and McKinley draw back-to-back leadoff walks against Bigelow. Pizza Man, pop fly left side, easy grab as the infield fly is called. The catch is made regardless. Balian flies out to center. Both runners remain at their bases. And Healer is going to fly out to shallow center as Altuve makes a running catch coming on into the infield, and they'll keep running all the way to the dugout as the Firehawks take to the bat once again. Beavers gets on board with a single. Power bat, little bark now, is going to get hit by the pitch. So 1st and 2nd now for Oso Altuve. No one out, 2 runners on. Altuve pops out to Singh, another infield fly. Revan Shan grounds into a fielder's choice. No relay throw. Possibly could have had the double play there, but they keep it safe. Neuromantics, the new pitcher, immediately surrenders a base hit to Jazzy Thompson. Shan advances all the way over to 3rd. No, they get thrown out at 3rd. So an RBI single for Thompson, but a base running error by Shan possibly might cost the Firehawks even more. But they do extend their lead 6-4 now as we head to the top of the 7th. Lou on board. Hirishikesh strikes out. Himika Toga draws a walk. 1st and 2nd, one away from Mizushima. And that's going to be a base hit that gets past the first baseman of the Firehawks, and now the bases are loaded with only 1 out. Singh is going to fly out to center, not deep enough to score the run. Bases loaded, 2 outs, fly ball right field. It's going to be caught by Thompson. And the Firehawks get out of the jam. They still lead by 2, and they're looking to add on more here after the stretch. Mihire is going to ground out to 2nd. Johnson the 3rd is going to ground out to short. And now Dirk's Kryptonite will fly out to center. A quick 1-2-3 inning as the Firehawks go down quietly. We head to the top of the 8th. Swift Steeds trail by 2. It's going to be Pizza Man striking out to start things off against Bigelow. State College down to the last 5 outs. J.Y. Park on the mound to pitch in relief for the Firehawks. Balian is going to ground out. And now Healer is going to fly out to right. State College goes down in order 1-2-3. California leads by 2 runs. They have a chance to add on here before State College has their last opportunity to score. Mizushima with a diving catch at first, retiring Lopez. Beavers will get a base hit into right. Now power bat little bark faces Mantix and grounds into the double play. Mantix faces the minimum. The inning is over. Last chance for State College. They're down to their last 3 outs to keep their playoff and World Series hopes alive. They need to score at least 2 here. Leadoff runner is aboard. That's great for them. Alou. And an error on the throw to second will make sure that everyone is safe. Toga strikes out. First and second with 1 out. Here's Mizushima. Grounder back to the pitcher. Over to second. Fielder's choice will be out number 2. And now it's Singh. Struck him out. That's going to end it. California Firehawks are heading back to the World Series for the first time since season 39 for the chance to break their World Series drought of 14 seasons. California Firehawks win it with a clean 4-0 sweep of the number 1 seed State College. Congratulations, Firehawks. That is very impressive showing from the Firehawks to 4-0 sweep the number 1 seeded State College. Great showing for California. Gus Beavers, the player of the game for this one. The series MVP is going to be Oso Altuve, who hit 400 with a 438 OBP with 2 home runs, 5 RBI, and 3 runs scored. Shackelford gets the win. The loss goes to Space. And as mentioned, Gus Beavers will be your player of the game for that one. And that does it for our game number 4 for everyone. Let me update the crawler here. There we go. Should be all set now as we head on into game number 5 for 3 of these 4 series, since 1 is already over. Finish today and save. Now the plan is that once we finish up with our changes, the plan is we're going to quick sim the New York Outer Banks game. And since we haven't seen the Flamingos Bears yet, then we will do the streamed game for them. And then we'll go back up for the Stars Toros game number 5. That is the plan. So first up, we have changes. Stamina check for the Voyagers. Let's see. We have PDV2 at 63. P-Dub Woods is at 64. Jones is 31. Agreement is at 38. So quite a lot of tired arms in the Voyagers bullpen. Stars want a stamina check. Absolutely, we can do that. Looks like scheduled starter is Ziegler, who is all good. Mulder is at 85% as a relief pitcher, but 25% as a starting pitcher. Katarina is at 38%. Everyone else looks to be good. Aviators, stamina check. Okay. We have Johnson at 70. Striker Jr. at 47. And Schramm at 33. Everyone else seems to be good. No change for the Toros. Bears are letting it ride. Flamingos did say they needed a stamp check, so we'll go ahead and do that now while we're waiting. So let's see, we have Georges at 26%. We have Balls at 9. Isbauer is at 67% as a relief pitcher, and Kuntowski at 69% as a relief pitcher. So Toros are letting it ride. Stars say no changes. Aviators do have changes. So do the Voyagers. We'll get to those in a moment. Start off with the Aviators here. Schramm to none specified, avoid high leverage. I assume taking off the secondary role as well. It's at high leverage. It kind of contradicts the avoid high leverage. Carl Johnson to middle relief. I assume normal for the second. Nansen to middle relief used more often. All right. There we go. Benny, does that look good, or did I miss something? Anything else? Voyagers, we'll hop over to you in the meantime. We have middle relief for everyone. Normal usage for Woods and Patey. used less often for everyone else except for Moose. Alright, Enoch, that looked good. Let me know, give me a thumbs up or something. Aviators say they're good. Flamingos have changes. Balls to none, avoid. Okie dokie. And Finley to long, avoid. How's that look, Parquad? Okay. Voyagers. Okay, Parquad said they're good. Oh, they said Parquad said thank you, so I assume you're good. Swifties are Swifties are out. No change for Toros. Aviators say it looks good. Stars say no changes. So just waiting on the Voyagers, it looks like. Okay. Alright, strat changes. Got it. We're getting into the advanced stuff here. Go to strategy, player strategy. Cali Cove. Hook as starter. One tick to the right. Oh, and pitch count at 110. How's that look, Enoch? Anything else? All right. I assume that thank you means we're good. Sweet. Alrighty. So as mentioned, we are going to start off by quick simming the Voyagers Aviators because that's the last quick sim of the day. And then we will go to the minor leagues since we haven't seen the Flamingos and Bears play yet. So we'll watch that game, see if Florida clinches. And then we'll head back up to the Stars Toros for their game number 5 as well. That is the plan. Starting things off, Voyagers Aviators, Cali Cove on the mound, Kim Ji-woo on the mound for their respective teams. Series tie at 2. One of these two teams is taking a 3-2 lead after game number 5. And that team will be the New York Voyagers. 3-2 lead in the conference finals. 3-1 the victory here, despite the Aviators actually having 3 more hits than New York. You have Harper, McDaniel, and the Swift all with 2 hits. McDaniel with the sole RBI for the Aviators. For New York, 2 hits each for Angel, Otaj, and Kruger at the top 3 spots in the lineup. Kruger and Taz each with an RBI. Cove gets the win. Patey V2 the save. The loss goes to Ji-woo, and Cali Cove will be your player of the game. Adjust the crawler here. And we'll go ahead and head on over to the minor leagues. We have the Florida Flamingos versus the Brew City Bears. Florida leads the series 3-1. Sagandi Legend taking to the mound for Florida. Mac John to the mound for the Bears. Florida had that first round bye. And now they have a 3-1 lead in the semifinals against the Bears. Very even on the head-to-heads. Chadwick, what do you think about these two teams? Obviously, you GM one of them, so you have very insider knowledge on one of them. We do. Sorry, before you say anything, we do have a prediction as well for over/under 19.5 total hits. So make your predictions now if you want to.
Yeah, no, this is not going to be easy. Brew City's a good team, so at home, I'd expect them to play one of their best games of the series here.
And they did. Let's see. So it's 3-1 now, and this is the final game at home for the Bears. They won game number 3, but lost game number 4 at home. So they're 1-1 at home in this series alone. So if they can get a win here, they'll head back to Florida, where they have to win 2 more. Florida just needs to win 1 of these last 3 games. And as soon as they do, the series is over. The winner of the series moves on to face California in the World Series on Saturday. The winner of the series will have the home field advantage in that series, considering that California was the number 6 seed. So we'll be starting off the World Series in either Florida or Bruce City for game number 1. That is a confirmed fact. Let's see, the prediction of 19.5 total hits. Looks like we've already got some users betting, but not a lot. Predictions have been kind of quiet tonight. A little bit surprising. Because if there's one thing that Twitch chat likes, it's gambling. That's what I've learned. All right. Yeah, Bears had a chaotic one mentioning how many runs the Bears scored. The Bears scored a lot in their 1 win in game number 3. Seems like they maybe should have saved some of those runs, some of that offense for the rest of the series. As they definitely need a win here. Which I know is very baseline thing to say, considering that they are on the brink of elimination. But if the Bears are going to turn this around, it's a good thing they're doing it in front of their home fans. Give their fans something to cheer about, get them excited, have some of them possibly make the flight from Wisconsin down to Florida to see Game 6 and 7. I think we're about ready to head on into game here. Channel points don't seem to be flowing too much in the prediction. We have 6 people voting anyway. So let's head on into it. I'll take you through the first half, and then Chadwick will take you through the back half. It's going to be Florida versus Bruce City. Malcolm Kell, Link Althouse, and Ryan Dinger will be due up first against Mac John, the starting pitcher for the Bears. Let's go ahead and get on into game here. We are starting things off, as mentioned, with Malcolm Kell. This postseason with a .412 average. They're going to ground out for the first out of the ball game. Now Link Althouse. A base hit past the shortstop. They are having a great postseason so far. .467 average. Dinger, though, going to clear the base paths with the double play. .463. We head to the bottom half of the first. Tonk Mato, Montalban, and Boucher for the Bears against Sagandi Legend, the starting pitcher for the Flamingos. Mato will ground out to third. Montalban is going to also ground out to third. Now Boucher, a base hit into right field. The Bears have their first base runner of the game. And that base runner is going to move on over to second as the ball gets away from the catcher, but Croft is going to ground out to end the inning. So the Bears get a runner into scoring position, but too late in the inning with 2 outs. So we have Summers starting things off in the top of the second for the Flamingos with a base hit. That'll be a double into the left field corner. Stand-up double for Summers. Knopf will bring them home with an RBI single. Florida up 1-0. Hunter going to ground into the 5-4-3 double play. That brings up Dexter Jackson, who grounds out to end the inning. Flamingos put a run on the board, 1-0 off the RBI single by Knopf. And we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Plant, Walker, and Taco due up. Plant will get on board, infield single. Shortstop Kell unable to make the play there. CJ Walker will fly out to left. And now Taco is going to get on board with a base hit. Advancing Plant over to second. Jeff Bass strikes out on the 1-2 pitch. That brings up McThick. 2 runners on. Base hit down the line. That's going to score a run. It might score a second. It will. Going for third. Safe at third. 2 RBI double for McThick, and they advanced to third on the throw, which just was thrown in close to third. I don't know how they made it over there in time, but McThick apparently has wheels. Made it going to be the third out of the inning. The Bears are now up 2-1. We head to the top of the third. Alex Hughes going to strike out for the second out of the inning after McLeod was the first. And now base hit up the middle for Malcolm Kell. Flamingos have a base runner with 2 outs. And now a deep drive to left center field. All the way back. It is gone. Link Althouse going to put up a 2-run home run for the Florida Flamingos. 386 feet. And Florida will take that 1-run lead right back. Ryan Dinger going to get on board as that's going to be an error. Errant throw, apparently. It's going to be an error against McThick. And a bloop single by Summers will make the Bears pay for it as another run comes home. Florida leads 4-2. Knopf strikes out to end the inning. But Florida with 3 runs, including a home run. They take a 4-2 lead heading into the bottom half of the third. Bears send Montalban to the plate, and they will get a single up the middle to start things off. Off for second is Montalban, safe with a stolen base. Their third of the postseason. Now Boucher. A fly out to straightaway center field. Now Lara Croft. Grounder to third, over to first in time for out number 2. Plant. Base hit. That's going to score a run. Montalban easily home. RBI single for Cliff Plant. Bears narrow the gap. It's now 4-3 in favor of the Flamingos. CJ Walker flies out to left to end the third. The Bears draw closer. It's now a 1-run ball game. Top of the fourth. Chase Hunter flies out to straightaway center field. Now Dexter Jackson is going to ground out to the shortstop. Stephen McLeod strikes out looking. Florida goes down in order. Mac John with a clean 4th inning. We head to the bottom half of the 4th and the bottom third of the Bears lineup. Taco, Bass, and McThick due up here. Taco strikes out. Now it's going to be Jeff Bass against a legend. Walk drawn on the 3-1 count to Jeff Bass. Now McThick had a 2-run double earlier on in the ball game, but in this one, it's going to be a fielder's choice for them. Bass thrown out at second base, and now Tonkmato deep drive to left field, back to the warning track, not quite to the track, and will be a fly out to end the bottom half of the 4th. Top of the 5th we go. Florida looking to add on to their 1-run lead against new pitcher Bryce Wheeler. Alex Hughes steps in and gets a base hit to straightaway center field off the wall. That'll be a double for Alex Hughes. Malcolm Kell strikes out, bringing up Althouse. 1 out runner in scoring position. Althouse going to fly out to center. It's going to be deep enough, though, that Hughes makes it to third easily. I shouldn't say easily. He had to dive in there to make it. But Dinger strikes out. That's going to end the top half of the 5th. We head to the bottom half of the inning with Florida leading by a run.
Montalban, 2-hitter, facing legend, is going to get a base hit to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Boucher, runner going. Runner will be safe. Runner at second, tying run, and there Boucher is going to fly out to right. The runner will tag. No, he'll stay at second. Croft now. 2 big hitters for the Bears. Croft's going to ground out 4-3. There'll be 2 outs, and it'll be up to Plant. Tie this game. He'll strike out, though. Sagani Legend strikes out Plant with the tying run at third base. Summers now will lead it off against Wheeler. Summers is going to strike out on the 0-2, and opening up Samir Knopf, second baseman. Alvarez is the new pitcher for the Bears. He's going to strike him out on the 2-2, and it'll be up to Hunter. 2 outs, nobody on, and Hunter will strike out looking 1-2. The 6-7-8 for the Bears. And they'll be facing legend still. Walker. Going to swing, and he'll fly out to left field. That'll be 1 down. Taco. Oh no, Shamingo Flaps now in the game. Facing Taco. Taco hit the center. He'll get caught by the center fielder. Kind of line drive there. Bass is going to ground up to short. We'll go to top of the 7th. It's a 4-3 lead. Or the bottom of the 6th, sorry. For the Flamingos. Jackson will strike out the DH on the 1-2 against Alvarez. McLeod now will hammer one to left field, and it's gone. Touch it all, Stephen McLeod gives Florida a 5-3 lead in the top of the 7th. Hughes now. Hughes gonna hammer one. That's in the gap. That's gone. Back-to-back homers. Touch them all, Alex Hughes. 6-3 now for Florida. Kell, the shortstop, he's going to strike out. 2 outs. Bring up Althouse, who is on fire. Althouse will strike out on the 1-2, but Florida add 2 runs to the lead. The Bears will have 9-1-2 in their order, facing Flaps. Going to ground out to third. That'll be 1 out for McThick. Tonkmato is going to ground out to third as well. Montalban. Oh, Montalban, dude. Montalban will ground out 4-3. And through 7, the Flamingos are up 3 runs. Go to the top of the 8th will be Dinger leading it off, and he's going to kind of pop out the third base there. Summers going to hit one to center field. It'll be caught. That'll be 2 down. Now Smirnoff, the second baseman, will strike out. Go to the bottom of the 8th, where the Bears need to start chipping away here. Be 3-4-5 for them. Heart of their order facing Flaps. Boucher is going to strike out on the 2-2. Croft and Plant are both on fire. Let's see what Laura Croft is going to hit one to center. Oh, it's going to drift. No! Second baseman will make a... No, he didn't get it. Okay. So a bloop single. That was confusing. Plant's going to pop up, though, now. 1 out for Plant. Or for Walker. Walker's going to ground out. And the rally is over there. The Mingos will still be up by 3. Top of the 3rd will be Hunter. Looking for insurance. Hunter's going to ground out to short. 1 down. And Jackson, the DH, will swing. He'll fly out to center. There'll be 2 down, and it'll be McLeod. Has a home run in this game. McLeod's going to hit one into the gap. That'll be a 2-out double. And now Hughes will have a chance to drive in some insurance. Runner in scoring position for Hughes. Shift is on. Hughes is going to hit one to left, but it will be caught. And the Brew City Bears are down to their final 3 outs. They need 3 to tie, 4 to win. 7, 8, 9 facing Flaps is still in there. Taco is going to pop it up on the infield. That's 1 down. Bass now will strike out on the 2-2. They're down to their last out in the form of McThick. He'll swing and miss. And it's going to be an all-Bears World Series. It'll be the Flamingos versus the Firehawks on Saturday. A 6-3 win for Florida. The winning pitcher is going to be Sagani Legend. 5 1/3 gave up 3 runs. The loss is going to go to Mac John. Saved Flaps 3 2/3 out of the pen. Very clutch. Player of the game? I don't know. Maybe Althouse? Yep, there we go. Althouse will be your player of the game. And Florida advances to the World Series to face the Firehawks.
And we have our minor league World Series set in stone before we have either of the majors teams, as we have Florida versus California. You know, the coast-to-coast matchup. That'll be your minor league World Series this coming Saturday. Florida will have the home field advantage for that one. The 2 seed versus the 6 seed Firehawks. Delete Miners World Series Day. Yeah, I will remember that. It's in my head. I need to delete them. I might need a reminder on how to, but I think I got it. Just remember the first 2 games. We'll do. You got it, Enoch. Before we even get to that, though, we got a game number 5 to get to for the Stars and the Toros. So let's go ahead and head on into it. This is the second game so far that we've watched of this series. we had a 3-0 lead for Nashville in the series. Toros with a late inning comeback to shock probably everyone to get their first win of the series on the board. But they need 3 more in a row to advance to the World Series. Stars just need 1 of the next 3. Reverse sweep is possible, but it's going to be a difficult road for the Toros. They got a good team, though, to try and put together this run. They came into the playoffs as the number 4 seed. Nashville came in as the number 3 seed. Both of them took down the higher-seeded Rougarou Demons to get to these semifinals. Now we have Champions East versus Champions West. Prediction is live. Its first at bat. Is it an out or is it not an out? It's going to be Ichiban Sakudo. It's 10 for 43 against Pecora. Does not seem to fare too well. They do have 1 home run and 10 hits over 43 at bats, but kind of lower than average. Definitely lower than their regular season batting average as a whole, which is at 276. The first 4 batters all above 275 for the Stars. Everyone in the Stars lineup a threat. Everyone at 260 or higher. Toros seem to have a little bit more concentration around the 270s, 280s with Murphy, Nitro, Are Clear Not Cloudy, and Aza. Any thoughts on this matchup here, Chadwick, before we head on into game number 5 for this set?
Yeah, the Cancun Bats haven't really got going too much. Good news here for Nashville is they got Ziegler on the mound, who's their best pitcher. So, be a tough matchup for my Toros here to stave off elimination yet again. But we'll see how much fight we have left. I think there should be some.
It might be a quieter game than normal. I'm looking at these 2 pitchers, specifically how they fare against the opposing teams. Both of them with a we have 2.45 ERA for Ziegler, and 2.57 for Pecora. So this might be more of a pitcher's duel than a slugfest, at least in game number 5. I say that now, and we're going to wind up having a lopsided 20-21 score or something like that. But let's see what happens. So we're going to head on into game number 5 between the Stars and the Toros. Chadwick, you just finished off the last game. You ready to start off this one?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get on into it. Go ahead and make sure that the camera angles are not like this. Gonna have to do this every game? We did this the last one, right? Okay.
It did, yeah. It doesn't remember.
I guess not. All right, take it away, Chadwick.
All right, be Pecora facing Sakudo. Lead off this game. 2-1 count. Ground out to short. That's 1 down. Nashville. They hit one into the gap. That will be a double, a 2-out or a 1-out double. 1 on, 1 out for Cove. Cove will hit one to right field. That'll be tracked down. 2 outs, 1 on now for Love, the first baseman, who will draw a 3-1 walk. Bring up to Allen. Allen will swing. Runners are going. I'll get a run in. Got the motion going. Hit and run. Hits an RBI. Runners are cornered for Andrews, who will strike out on the 1-2, but Nashville will take a 1-0 lead. McGillicuddy is going to lead off for the Toros. Bottom to first. And will ground out 4-3. Murphy, the right fielder, hit one opposite field, but it'll be tracked down and left. And now Nitro, the DH, will swing and pop out there in shallow center field to the shortstop. And after 1 inning, Nashville has a 1-0 lead. 43 1/4. Will hit one opposite field. Leadoff single. Bring up Momspooner, runner at first. He'll hammer one to left. It's caught at the track. Wow. Thought that was gone. It is caught. Judge will fly out to center. 2 down, 1 on for Sakudo, who will pop up to shallow third, and it remains 1-0 in favor of Nashville. They hit a ball as far as you can hit it without it leaving the park. Rowdy will strike out on the 1-2. I'll bring up Obi Cow, the third baseman. He'll strike out on the 2-2. And it'll be the 6th hitter, the shortstop, Azza. Xander Azza. 2-2 count, will strike out. We'll go to the top of the third, 1-0 in favor of Nashville still. And Nash DeVille will be leading off this inning. Going to hit one on the infield. The shortstop will take it. Cove will hit one to right. That'll be 2 quick outs. Now Love, the first baseman, will hit one to third. They'll make the play, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Pecora. It's 7-8-9 now for Cancun. Pros will send Snake to lead off this inning. He will draw a 3-0 walk, so leadoff runner on for Bindus. They bunt here? No, runner's going, and he's out. Ran out of that there. Bindus will now hit one to center. 2 outs now, and now Cheeky-Sun, the 9-hitter. Will ground out to short. And Ziegler faces the minimum after the runners turn out, stealing second. Allen now steps to the plate, will strike out on the full count, and it'll be Andrews Jr. 2-2 count. Will ground out to short. That's 2 down. 43 1/4. Will ground out. No, get it under the glove of the first baseman. Down the line, it'll be a double, 2-out double. Momspooner now will swing, and he'll line out to short. So it remains 1-0, but we're cruising along. Bottom of the 4th. Top of the order again for the Toros in the form of McGillicuddy. McGillicuddy will strike out 0-2. Now Murphy, right fielder, will draw a 3-1 walk, and it'll be up to Nitro here to get something going for the Toros. He'll strike out. Now, immediate damage are clearing up. Cloudy will strike out as well, and Ziegler cruising along through 4. Top of the 5th will be 9-1-2 for the Stars. Judge facing Pecora. That'll be a walk, a 3-2 walk. Leadoff hitter on for Sakodu now, top of the order. Hits one under the glove of the second baseman. Runners at first and second. Nobody out for Nash DeVille. DeVille will hit one to first, and Rowdy will hear it. Cove now will hit one to center. It'll be 2 outs. Runner will tag. They're cornered with 2 outs now for Love. Runner's going. Throw goes in. He's safe. Runners at second and third now. Love will hit one to shallow center, and it's going to be a 1-0 ball game. And we'll send you to AJay to see how this one finishes.
We're starting off with Ohi Cow for the Toros, grounding out to first. Azza, a diving catch in left, will save a base hit. 2 down. And Super Sneck, a fly out to right. A quick 1-2-3 inning as the Toros offense goes quietly through the 5th inning. We head to the top of the 6th now. Allen, Andrews Jr. in 43 1/4 against new pitcher Roquefort Cotswold. Allen on board with the base hit. Andrews Jr. going to watch as Allen steals second base for their 6th stolen bag of the postseason. Andrews Jr. grounds out to second. Now 43 1/4. That's going to be a wild pitch on Cotswold, and that's going to score another run. Nashville doubles their lead. It's now 2-0 Stars. 43 1/4 draws a walk. 1 out, runner on first. Diving stop, but no play to be made. Infield single from Martinez Momspooner. Arson Judge flies out to left. Both runners stay on their bases, and Ichiban Sakudo now will strike out, leaving 2 runners on And we head to the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 Stars. Mendes going to ground out to short to start off the inning for the Toros. Chikason. A leaping catch by Mo Love at first. 2 down. McGillicuddy is going to fly out to right. And another 1-2-3 inning as the Toros. Nothing through 6. It's 2-0 Nashville as we head to the top of the 7th. Nash DeVille strikes out. I'll bring up Wyneas Cove. 1 out, no one on. Grounder to third, over to first in time for the 2nd out of the inning. Now Mo Love. Line drive, base hit into right center field. We'll get all the way to the wall, and Mo Love will be safe with a double. Barry Allen hit 2 for 3 today against new pitcher I Love Anchovy. Anchovy strikes out Allen to finish off the top half of the 7th. We head to the stretch, and now the bottom of the 7th. Murphy due up, and there's the first base hit of the day for the Toros. Didn't want to say anything to jinx it, but Ziegler had no-hit them through 6. And only now in the bottom half of the 7th inning do they give up the first hit of the day, a double to Murphy. Nitro grounds out, advancing Murphy to third. Arthur Cloudy draws a walk. Ohikawa fly ball in the left field. That will be caught, should be deep enough. And the Toros are on the board with a run. 2-1 in favor of the Stars. Now Aza steps to the plate. Deep drive to left field. Going back, looking up. That one is gone. 2-run home run by the Toros, and they take a 3-2 lead in the bottom half of the 7th. Xander Aza, what a long shot. Super Snack flies out to end the inning, but the Toros with 3 after having no hits through 6 innings. Now they hold a 1-run lead as we head to the top of the 8th. Fly out to Chikason starts off the top half of the 8th inning. 43 1/4, gets a base hit. Tying run is on first. Spooner flies out to right for out number 2. Now Arson Judge, the DH. Strikes out against Anchovy. Nothing on 1 hit from Nashville. Cancun leads 3-2. We head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Bendis, Chikason, and McGillicuddy due up for the Toros. Bendis strikes out against Mulder, the new pitcher who came in. Sorry, not new pitcher. They came in to pitch in the 7th inning. They get the first out here. Chikason, though, is going to double. Bottom of the 8th, 1 out, and a runner in scoring position for the top of the order, McGillicuddy. Grounder to second. It's bobbled! McGillicuddy is able to get to first. Error on Cove. And everyone is safe. Walk drawn by Murphy. Bases loaded. 1 out for the Toros. Nate Nitro going to fly out to shallow right center field. Not going to be deep enough to score the run. And now it's Rowdy. Struck out at the cutter in the dirt. 3rd K on the day for Rowdy. And the Toros squander a big opportunity to add to their lead. They still hold a 1-run lead, though, and Nashville needs to score here to win this game. Secudo out on the drop 3rd strike. Nash DeVille strikes out. Now Wyneas Cove, the last hope for the Stars here in game number 5. Walk drawn. Tying run on board. It's going to be Mo Love. Grounder short, over second. Toros stay alive. They win game number 5. It is 3-2 Stars in the series as the Toros, with their 2nd straight win, keeping things interesting here. As if they can win the next 2 as well, they'll advance to the World Series. Stars still need 1 more win in either game number 6 or game number 7. And they had a good day from 43 1/4. Aza with that big 2-run homer in the 7th inning was the hero in this one. Ziegler, a great day on the mound, giving up 3 earned runs on 6.2 innings pitched, but all 3 of those runs were in the 7th inning. No hitting the Toros through 6. Having a little bit of struggles in the 7th, so they'll take the loss. Anchovy gets the win, lead the save. And as mentioned, Ziegler, your player of the game. Thank you, Kerry Phelps, for subscribing at Tier 1 for 10 months. Much appreciated. And that'll do it for game number 5 for all of our teams. We'll go ahead and adjust the crawler here and Make changes for game number 6 for the majors since the minor leagues are done. We'll save, advance the day, save again. Should be a travel day. Probably want to delete the games here first for the minor leagues. I'm trying to remember how we do this exactly. I think it's in the league settings. One moment. Delete the streamer first? What do you mean, hummus? Now I gotta go back and find the password. Hold on. Here we go. Cool. Alright, and then it's under the options, edit league schedule. Go to today. Move one day forward. Delete game. Move one day forward. Delete game. If I am correct in what I'm thinking, yep, nothing for the minor leagues. I glitched it. How do I get this back? I want to make sure that the... Dang it. OTPY. Save and it'll fix the menu glitch. Okay, well, yep, just did that. I wanted to check to make sure that the schedule for the majors was still accurate, which it is. Good. Okay. All right, so we should be set to go for the rest of the way then. All right. Advancing the day once more. And since we just watched the Toros and Stars, we'll watch the Aviators Voyagers first. But first we have changes. Majors teams, if you have changes, let us know in your respective channels. We'll go ahead and go through those first. I see everyone actually has already done things here. Voyagers, stamina check. Here we go. Everyone looks good. Everyone looks good. Stars. No changes for game 6. Aviators, stamina check. Yep. We have Nansen at 80% as a relief pitcher. Everyone else seems to be good. Toros, no change. So just waiting on the Aviators and Voyagers. Have we not had a player named Voyager stamina check? I mean, it's out there. It's able for anyone to be for anyone to pick it up. All right, we have mid relief for everyone. We have use more often stopper for Jones. Okay. Then we have normal usage for Woods. We have less often for Jumbo and Patey. And avoid high leverage for these two. Save games. Voyagers look good. Aviators have changes as well. Nansen, long relief, avoid high leverage. Schramm to mid relief, use more often. And Johnson to mid relief. Well, Johnson's already at mid relief. So I assume that Johnson's good. That look good, Benny, or did I miss anything? Voyagers give me the thumbs up. Aviators say looks good. Toros and Stars said no change. We're ready to go. We're rolling on into it. Starting off with For the first time, we are streaming their game. It's going to be the Aviators and the Voyagers. New York leads the series 3-2. They're the number 1 seed. Aviators have the advantage on the head-to-head in almost every category. New York comes in as the number 1 seed and leads the series 3-2, but the Aviators have that head-to-head, so this one could be a toss-up here. Aviators looking to force a game number 7. Voyagers want it to end at 6. A win for them here means they're playing on Saturday in the World Series. Chadwick, any thoughts on these two teams before we get going here? We have the possibility of 4 more games here, so we want to keep moving.
Yeah, we'll keep moving. As you said, this is one of the PBE grudge matches, so let's see who comes out on top this time, as these teams just can't keep not meeting each other in the playoffs.
Yeah, we do have a little bit of time for the prediction, but yeah, you mentioned it. These two teams already matched up in the playoffs the last 3 years, where New York has eliminated OBX in the quarterfinals in 48 and 50. OBX eliminated New York in the semifinals in 49. So back and forth between these two teams. And Voyagers, as mentioned, that perennial playoff team since season 19, way back in season 19, 32 seasons ago. The Voyagers have only missed the playoffs once since then. They have been a mainstay in the postseason for a fairly long time at this point. They have a really well put together team this year as well. Otaj and Beatty Jr. have been absolutely stellar for them, both with an OPS of over 1, both with an average of over 330. It has been a great season for both the number 2 and number 4 hitters in New York. Last chance for the prediction. Who leads at the end of the 5th inning? Is it OBX, New York, or is it tied at the end of 5? Speaking of the 5th inning, I'll be taking you through up until the middle of the 5th inning. And then Chadwick will be taking you the rest of the way for this one. Either calling a New York win, advancing them to the postseason, or calling a OBX forcing a Game 7. One of those two. All right, I think we're about ready to head on into game here. I think we've probably given enough time for the prediction to roll. All right, it's going to be the Aviators versus the Voyagers in game number 6. Voyagers lead it 3-2. Looking to advance to the World Series. Aviators want to force a game number 7. Kelvin Gausman. Let's fix this first. Much better. Kelvin Gausman on the mound for the Voyagers, starting things off. Aaron Henry to the plate for the Aviators, with Garbanzo on deck and McNeely in the hole. Henry grounds out to the first baseman. Hidari taking care of that. 1 away. Garbanzo strikes out and brings up Scott McNeely. That one's going to be over the head of the center fielder. That's going to be a double for Scott McNeely. 2-out double for the first baseman. Okada Khan singles into right center field, and McNeely advances over to third. Aria Harper launches that one. That one is gone. 3-run homer in the first inning for Outer Banks, as Harper puts them up 3-0 on the long ball. Arrow Cove strikes out to end the inning, but damage has been done in the first. New York looking to answer back here. Angel, Otaj, and Taz due up. Angel draws a walk. Already 9 stolen bases in the postseason for Chris Angel. They're going to try for number 10, and they'll get it without a throw. Otaj draws a walk. First and second now for Yeti Taz. Off for third is Angel, safe. Now runners at the corners. Taz launches that one into right center field, but not quite far enough. It's going to be caught. It will bring home a run, though, as Angel will score. AJay Jr. Fly ball, left side. Doesn't make it to the outfield, as that one's going to be out number 2. Now Ben Kruger gets that one past the second baseman. Otage all the way over to third from first. There's at the corners for Teggy with 2 outs. Fly out to right, ends the first. New York gets a run to answer back. They still trail by 2 as we head to the top of the second. Shrimp McDaniel draws a walk. No outs, 1 runner on. Foul ball for LeSwift. And LeSwift strikes out on the full count pitch. Strike 3 called. Steve Duke draws a walk. First and second with only 1 out for Aaron Henry. The grounder to second base will be a fielder's choice. As Taz throws on to second for out number 2. Base hit for Garbanzo. That's going to bring home McDaniel. Henry scoring from first. Garbanzo with a 2-run triple. And Outer Banks is wanting to make this a game number 7 type of series. As they are up 5-1, already chasing the starter. Gausman is gone. Ransom Jones is in. Already in the second inning. Bottom of the second we go. Hidari, Skatos, and Tomato the second due up. Hidari will walk. And that's going to be a base hit for Skatos off the wall. It'll be a double advancing Hidari over to third. No out still. Tomato the second. Deep drive to left. Going back. Not quite to the track. But it will be deep enough for a run to score. Hidari scores from third. Skatos stays at second. It's 5-2 now. Base hit off the wall for Chris Angel. That's going to be a double and an RBI. Skatos scores from second. 5-3. Wild pitch advances Angel over to third. And no, Taj drives that one down the right field line for a RBI double. 5-4. It's a 1-run ball game. Slugfest, we have one. Yeti Taz going to ground out to short for the second out of the inning. AJay Jr. ground out to short as well to end the inning. But the Voyagers come up with 3 as they make it a 1-run ball game. 5-4 in favor of the Aviators. We head to the third. Khan walks on 4 straight pitches. Arya Harper going for the bunt. Full count swinging away. Struck out. Errol Cove going to get hit by the pitch. Khan advances to second. Now it's Shrimp McDaniel. Base hit for McDaniel. That might bring home a run. No, it's going to be thrown in time. AJay Jr. with the arm. Going to keep a run from scoring, but a wild pitch will advance all the runners and score Okada Khan. Murphy LeSwift, 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs, and they strike out. Sorry, 1 out, they strike out. Now Steve Duke with 2 outs will strike out on the circle change. 1 run on 1 hit. Aviators add on another run, expanding their lead back to 2. Bottom of the third, Kruger walks. Now it's going to be Nolan Teggy. Squares around a bunt. And thrown out at second is Kruger. Teggy gets on board, though. Deep drive for Hidari. That one is gone. 2-run home run, Matsui Hidari. Tie ball game, 6-6. Fireworks still raining down on New York as Skatos gets on board. Tomato the second strikes out on the slider. 1 runner on, 2 outs, and Chris Angel will fly out to right. That ends the bottom half of the third. There's been at least 1 run in every half inning so far, and we're through 3 innings of baseball. Top of the fourth we go. Henry grounds out. Now it's Garbanzo. Patey V2, the new pitcher. Going to ground out to short. 2 away. Scott McNeely. I jinxed it. There's the first half inning where we have no runs. Score is still 6-6. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Seb Otage against Lanky Schramm. Otage strikes out on the 2-2 pitch. Looking. Yeti Taz strikes out swinging on the slider. 2 down. Carl Beatty Jr. grounded out in his last plate appearance, and they will ground out as well in this one. 1, 2, 3 go the Voyagers. We head to the top of the fifth. Score still tied at 6. Okada Khan, the DH. Base hit for Khan up the middle. Aria Harper looking to bunt. Strikes out on the 0-2 offering. And Cove is going to strike out looking. Back-to-back Ks for PDV2, and back-to-back-to-back they go. Striking out the side, PDV2, nothing on a hit for Outer Banks. 6-6 tie, we head to the bottom of the fifth.
5, 6, 7 here. Kruger's going to lead it off. Against Schramm, he's going to fly out the right for 1 out. Nolan Teggy will now swing and get a base hit up the middle, so a 1 out single. Then Perdari. We go opposite field there. Runners at first and second with 1 out for Skatos. The DH will draw a walk. The bases are loaded with the Voyagers for Crazy Tomato, who strikes out. 2 down, top of the order now. Chris Angel will strike out as well. And OBX get out of a bases loaded jam. Top of the 6th, Le Swift will strike out against Patey. I'll bring up Steve Duke, the catcher. Who will swing a miss on the 1-2. We'll go to the top of the order. Aaron Henry. Who will draw a walk. Bob Bonzo, one of the best hitters in the league, will strike out though on the 0-2. Went through the top half of the 6th. We're tied at 6. Otage will lead it off now with a base hit to straight center. Yeti Taz, the second baseman, will watch Otage get picked off. Taz will then strike out on the full count. Bases are empty now for Beatty Jr., who's in a cold streak, surprisingly. He's going to ground out 4-3, and the inning will be over through 6 innings. We're tied at 6. Go to the top of the 7th. It'll be McNeely. First baseman is going to lift 1 to center. It will be tracked down. That's 1 out. Okada Khan, the DH, will hit 1 to center, and they'll diving catch. 2 outs. Aria Harper will lift 1 to left. That'll be Khan. It's a 1-2-3 inning. It's stretch time in New York. The Kruger again leading off this inning against Ryan Stryker Jr. Kruger is going to hit it to right field. It will be caught. 1 down. Teggy now will strike out on the 2-2. Bring up Hildari, the first baseman. Full count. Payoff pitch will be a strikeout. Through 7 now, still tied at 6 in this very important game. Top of the 8th, it'll be Cove. Going to hit the center. That'll be 1 down. McDaniel now will get a base hit. 1 out single for McDaniel. Bring up Le Swift, who's going to draw a full count walk. Runners at first and second for Duke now. Duke will lift 1 to center. That'll be the 2nd out, and there'll be runners at first and second at the top of the order, and Aaron Henry. Woods is the new pitcher, is going to get a ground out 4-3. That will retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th with New York, a chance to take a lead late and win this series. It'll be Skatos, the 8-hitter. Going to fly out to right. 1 down. Carl Johnson's the pitcher. Tomato will hit 1 out of here. Touchable, Crazy Tomato. As the New York Voyagers will take a 1-run lead in the bottom of the 8th. Be up. Chris Angel will draw a 3-0 walk. 1 on, 1 out for Otage. Otage will hit 1 to right. That'll get down. They're cornered now for Yeti Taz, who will ground out on a 4-3. The run will score. The runner will go to second. They have a 2-run lead. Beatty Jr. will ground out to the pitcher, but 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th. put New York on the doorstep of the World Series. OBX needs 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. Garbanzo facing Woods is going to ground up with the shortstop. That's 1 down. McNeely, the first baseman, will draw a walk. So the tying run will come to the plate. And Okada Khan is going to hit one into the gap. It takes a bounce. The holder runners, the tying run is in scoring position for Arya Harper with 1 out. Harper's going to ground out. They'll get a run home. It's 8-7. Tying run is 90 feet away. Cone will strike out. And the Voyagers are punched their ticket back to the World Series. The first Major League team to make it tonight, as New York advances against their bitter rivals, the Aviators. Looking at the box score, Yeti Taz, you saw what he did there. 2 RBIs, but no hits. Otaj went 3 for 4, as well as Hidari 2 for 3 with 2 RBI. In the losing effort, how about the 3 for 4 effort for Khan? No RBIs, but 2 RBIs from Garbanzo. Pitching-wise, no decisions for both starters. Your win is going to come out of the bullpen. Woods, 1 1/3, gave up 1 run. Johnson will take the loss, 1 1/3, 2 runs. Your player of the game is Matsui Hidari. Congratulations to the Voyagers.
I find it funny that you made mention of we have our first Majors team making it to the World Series. That was the first game we watched of that series. Meanwhile, we're about to enter game number 3 of the series that we watched for the other side, and that one's still undecided.
True.
We're going to save the game and head on into game number 6, though, between the Toros and the Stars. Nashville leads the series 3-2. They had a 3-0 lead in this series, but the Toros have won back-to-back games 4 and 5, meaning that they need to win only 2 more to make it to the World Series. They've already shown they can win 2 in a row with games 4 and 5. They just need to repeat that. Stars just need 1 of these last 2 in order to advance. We have a prediction. Prediction is, will there be a game number 7? So you're voting yes if you think the Toros win this one, no if you think the Stars are going to clinch their World Series berth to go face the New York Voyagers in the World Series. Voyagers, as we mentioned, such a long mainstay in the playoffs. It actually kind of surprised me that it's been 7 seasons since they actually went to the World Series last, and then 9 since they actually won it. I feel like it should have been more recent, but I guess not. So it's been a while since the Voyagers have made it to the World Series. They're probably very happy to be back. So we'll see what happens here between the Toros and the Stars. Toros last won the World Series in season 45. That was also their last appearance in the World Series. It's been 6 seasons since then. Nashville, on the other hand, it's been 12 seasons since their last appearance in the World Series back in season 39. And it's been 14 since their last win back in season 37. We'll see which team comes out on top in this one. The 3 seed and the 4 seed of the Champions Conference. As mentioned before, both taking down the number 1 and 2 seeds in upset victories in the quarterfinals. Will there be a Game 7 for the prediction? What do you think, Chadwick? Do you think the Toros have another win in them here to force a game number 7? Or do you think the Stars are going to take this one?
I think the Toros, last playoffs, I think maybe in the first round did a reverse sweep to make it through, so certainly have it in them. We'll have to see what happens here. Will be Akron versus Krispy Kreme on the mound. Looking at this head-to-head, it looks like Akron doesn't really have too good of a success rate against Nashville. 1-2 with a 6.93 ERA, where Krispy Kreme is 2-1 with a 2.11. So Some trends will have to change, but it's the playoffs and anything can happen, so who knows?
Absolutely. We have at least one more game to stream, this one, and then possibly one more game after that. So this is either the last game of the stream today or the second to last game of the stream. I just realized I haven't been checking in on the series MVP as much as I should have. I know we did it for one matchup, but
Oh yeah,
not for the other two. We'll be taking a look at all of those at the very end of the stream. Quick check on those as we preview the teams for the World Series, of which we already have 3 that we know of. New York for the majors, California and Florida for the minor leagues. 1 spot left. 2 teams fighting for it. Cancun, Nashville. Game number 6. You ready to start us off here, Chadwick?
let's do it.
All right, take it away.
And I will be calling the start of this game and batting to start this game. After we get it loves the blunt today. McGillicuddy will be facing Krispy Kreme to lead off this game 6. Full count in this first at bat. McGillicuddy will strike out. Bring up Troy Murphy, the right fielder. Will hit one to center. That'll be caught. Nitro. DH. Will get one past the glove of the shortstop there. Rowdy will ground out the first unassisted, and it 1 hit effort for Cancun. No runs though. Arcanum will be facing Sakudo here. Nashville will lead off this game with a fly with the left. No, drop ball. Snake drops a routine fly ball. Nashville will then strike out. Like Cove. Runners going. We have a pickle, folks. And they're out. How about a playoff pickle? Cove will strike out, and Arcanum will face the minimum after the pickle. Holy cow. Ground out the short with 1 out. Azar, the shortstop. Will hit one to right. They'll be caught. That's 2 down. And now Snake will hit one to left field, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Go to the bottom of the second. It'll be 4-5-6 for the Stars. Love. 0-2 count. Will strike out. Bring up the right fielder, Allen. 2-2 count. Will swing and miss. 2 down. Andrews Jr. now. A 3-1 count. Will draw a walk. 43 1/4, the catcher steps up. And we'll draw another walk. So back-to-back 2-out walks. Spooner will ground out on the fielder's choice. They'll take the short route at second. And we're scoreless through 2 innings. The 8-9-1 for Cancun. Bendis will ground out 4-3. Chiki-san will draw a 3-1 walk, and it'll be the top of the order for McGillicuddy, who's going to strike out. 2 down, 1 on for Murphy. Murphy will pop it up into foul territory. The catcher will take it. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. Still scoreless. The 9-1-2 for Nashville. Judge will strike out. Bring up Sakodu. Will ground out to third on a close play. No, Nashville, 2 outs, 2-2 count. Pop it up. McGillicuddy will take it in foul territory. Through 3 innings, we're scoreless. Top of the 4th, Nitro. Hit one to center. That's going to be 1 down. Unruly Diamonds is going to take a full count walk. 1 on, 1 out for Oikau. It's going to hit a dribbler. They'll go to it. My goodness, they turn a double play on a dribbler. Second to first double play. You won't see much better than that. Cove. Fly out to center field, and I'll bring up Love. Ball's going to grind out to short. And now Allen will swing, hit one into the gap. That will be extra bases. Be a triple, in fact. A 2-out triple will bring up Andrews Jr., who can drive in the first run of this game. He'll fly out the left field, though. And through 4 innings, we're still scoring off the top of the 5th. 6, 7, 8 for the Toros. Aza will strike out on the full count and will bring up Snake. 1-1 count. Snake will hit it to right field. That'll be 2 down and be up to Bendis, who's in a cold streak. It's going to fly out to center. And we're scoreless. I'm going to turn it over to AJay, and maybe we'll see some runs.
Bottom of the 5th, no score. Jose 43 1/4 starts off this inning with a base hit. Martinez mom spinner strikes out on the 1-2 pitch, and now it's going to be Arson Judge also striking out. This one on the 2-2 splitter. Back to the top of the order we go. Ichiban Sakuda 0 for 2 today, 0 for 3 now with a flyout. We head to the top of the 6th. Pitchers duel so far. 3 hits total through 5 innings. Chikason grounds out to short to start off the top of the 6th. McGillicuddy, a sliding catch in right field by Barry Allen, robs McGillicuddy of a hit. This one to the wall on a fly. Troy Murphy with a sliding double. 2 outs, runner in scoring position, but Nitro strikes out, and nothing doing in the top of the 6th. Bottom of the inning we go. DeVille, Cove, and Love duel up. DeVille flies out to center field. Now Wyneas Cove against J.C. Swishman. Cove grounds out to first. And now Mo Love gets on board with a walk. Barry Allen is going to get an infield hit. No throw to first from Aza. Andrews Jr. strikes out, though, to end the threat. We're through 6 innings now, no score. It's our clear, not cloudy, due up, and a leap not able to make the catch. Rowdy with a double to lead off the top of the 7th. Intentional walk issued to Ohi Cow. Cream wants to face Aza and strikes him out on the 2-2 cutter looking. Super Sneck now. New pitcher, Sigmeyer of Katarina for the Stars. And a double play turned. A good decision making by the Stars to intentionally walk Ohi Cow as no runs score in the inning. After the stretch, the bottom half of the 7th rolls up. 43 1/4 strikes out to start it off. Martinez mom spinner against J.C. Swishman is going to go down on the drop third strike, thrown out at first. Arson Judge strikes out, and J.C. Swishman strikes out the side. Top of the 8th, still no score. No outs. Timmy Bendis is going to be the first one on the strikeout. Odin Chikason goes down swinging on the sinker ball, and with 2 outs, no one on. The order turns over. McGillicuddy strikes out. Striking out the side in both the bottom of the 7th and the top of the 8th. 6 straight strikeouts. We head to the bottom half of the 8th. Sakudo is going to be the first out of the inning. Now Nash DeVille will face Anchovy, who came in to pitch at the start of the inning. DeVille gets a base hit. They're on board with a single. And this Cove gets that one past the shortstop. DeVille over to second. 1 out. Base hit into the gap. Mo Love is going to score 1. RBI double. Stars strike first here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Barry Allen draws a walk. Bases loaded, 1 away for Hayden Andrews Jr. This could be big for Nashville. But a fly out to left is going to be out number 2. Going for the plate. Safe is Cove at the plate. 2 runs score in the 8th inning. Nashville leads it 2-0. Pop fly by 43 1/4 ends it. But now Cancun only has 3 outs to answer back with 2 runs of their own. Murphy starts them off well. Base hit off of Katarina. Meet Nitro. Grounds it to first, over to second, back over first. Double play. Toro's down to the last out. Are clear, not cloudy. Fly ball to center field. It's caught. Nashville Stars win it. Heading back to the World Series for the first time since season 39. Nashville wins the series 4-2. Very quiet game all the way up until the bottom of the 8th, where the Nashville Stars broke open for 2 runs, and that is all they needed. Late inning heroics for the Stars lineup. Katarina will get the win. The loss will go to Anchovy. And the Stars are Mo Love and Hayden Andrews Jr. with those 2 RBIs. Barry Allen, a great day at the plate as well with 2 hits. Krispy Kreme will be your player of the game with 6.1 shutout innings. I was actually surprised that both pitchers were pulled as quickly as they were. I mean, looking at the pitch count, kind of makes sense for Krispy Kreme, not as much for Arcanum. But Nashville going to come away with the series win. We will see them face New York in the World Series this Saturday. I want to check something real quick before we go into anything else. I'm curious about whether or not this has ever been a World Series matchup, because I don't think that it has. Nashville faced OBX, Providence. I think that's it in the seasons that they've made the World Series. I think it was just those 2. Am I wrong? I don't know if I'm wrong. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Unless there was something before was it just those 2, Zach? So Providence and OBX, so they're always facing a Legends East team, but now they're facing a different Legends East team here. So a new World Series matchup birthed in season 51, New York versus Nashville. So congratulations, Stars and Voyagers, as well as the Firehawks and the Flamingos. Those are your 4 teams advancing to the World Series this Saturday. I'll take a look at the series MVP real quick here. Chris Angel for the New York Voyagers, going to be the series MVP. Jose 43.25 for the Stars. And for the minor leagues, it's Link Althouse for the Flamingos. And Oso Altuve for the Firehawks. I think that was the one that we covered at the start, or earlier on. So that's going to do it for us tonight. We'll go ahead and start the upload, and that should do it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this stream and sticking around to this point. Thank you to our mod team for the predictions today, and as always, thank you, Chadwick, for co-hosting the semifinals with me today.
Yes, always a fun time, and while this is loading, we'll get everybody set for Saturday, right? Your minor league World Series will be at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and it'll be Rabid Sponge and Don Marcus on the call for you. And then later in the day, after you've had some time to rest up, it'll be the Majors World Series at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and it'll be Moosey and Tim with the call on that one. So should be a good day of digital baseball.
And not only that, but we also have the Prospect League continuing on, starting tomorrow. Well, not starting tomorrow, but continuing on tomorrow, December 13th. The Prospect League stream being brought to you by Nosbase and Max LP at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So you have something to watch before the World Series on Saturday. And then on Sunday, you'll also have more Prospect League with Nosbase bringing it to you at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So a little bit earlier than normal on Sunday. But those are some of the upcoming streams. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as usual for the Prospect League during off-season week. They will be live for those 3 streams. And before you know it, we'll be starting off season 52 with the Majors Draft on Thursday, 1 week from today. Brought to you by Jacob. Jacob going to be bringing you the Majors Draft 1 week from today. So that's gonna do it. I mean, I don't think we have anything else to really promote or talk about. At some point, I gotta go open the rest of the PBE cards packs. Because I got a little bit behind on them today. Decently long stream. We had 6 games streamed, which is a little bit longer than normal, not too long. It luckily wasn't the 16-game stream that we always dread and fear.
Yeah. I don't know if that ever happened. I feel very sorry.
Hasn't happened as long as I've been streaming the semifinals. I want to say my record is 8. I think we did 8 one year. But I think usually it's around like the 5 to 7 mark. Go ahead and get the payment out here.
Yeah, and while he's doing that, don't forget it is championship week. You got all your different fun tasks and different categories to rack up to 10 TPE, which is a good boost for your player, obviously. So don't forget championship week.
Or if you're one of a few select jobs, you get the CW pass.
That's true too. So yeah, if you qualify for that, double check on the thread and sign up for that as well. And that is a reward to thank everybody for all the hard work everyone does in this league, because we run it ourselves. And so I just want to give a shout out to everybody who does something, right? Because we're like all cogs in a giant wheel. A giant, I guess, or cogs in a giant gear set. And so pretty amazing what we get accomplished in this league with everybody's hard work. So thank you, everybody.
Absolutely. Agreed. Thank you to everyone that has a PBE job and keeps this league running smoothly. We're 51 seasons in at this point, and still going strong. Love to have more people though. Bring your friends on in if you haven't. If you have friends that are interested in baseball, maybe introduce them to it. I can speak from experience saying that it is a lot more fun when you have a friend in the league that you're able to chat with and talk to about things that are happening during the seasons. Chat's pretty quiet today. I feel like
it is
pretty quiet for the most part. Chat, wake up! I'm hoping that jump scared somebody.
Yeah.
I saw a comment earlier on today that I kind of laughed about. RCGG said something like, AJay sounds like a state trooper that pulls you over and asks you for your ID. I was like, that is a new one. I don't think I've ever heard that. It's kind of weird. I don't know what that means. I don't know what to make of that.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of get it now.
What was that?
I said I could kind of understand it.
Really?
Yeah.
Do I just have that kind of like an authoritative voice? Is that what?
Yeah.
That's really weird for me to kind of wrap my head around, because I'm a very kind of laid back individual that is very much not authoritative in just my daily life.
License and registration, please.
Sir, have you been drinking this evening? I can't even say the line right. It doesn't fit me. Man. Let's see what else. Chaotic one. was chatting with me earlier on today, we were talking about all the different rebrands that have happened in the majors and minors. I'm curious, Chadwick, how many rebrands between the majors and the minors are you aware of?
Let's see, off the top of my head, I can think of, right, the Firehawks used to be the 66ers.
Mm-hmm.
I know Florida used to be the Mounties.
Yep.
They're a Canadian team and that moved. What's another one? That's off the top of my head. I know Lunar Base used to be something kind of space related, but they kind of switched it up. Were they like the Moon Rangers or something like that? I don't.
Well, we're on the moon now. It was we were we're Lunar Base now, and we were the Space Rangers before. There's actually, I think, as from what I can count, there's been 15 rebrands between the majors and the minors.
Okay.
And of those, 8 of them were in the minors, and of the 7 that were in the majors, 4 of them were 2 different teams. Like, two teams account for 4 of the rebrands, and Lunar Base is one of them, going from Florida Space Rangers to the Sarasota Supernovas, and then over to the Lunar Base Space Rangers, and then Toronto is the other one that also has 2 rebrands.
Yeah, and if you're interested in that history, I know you can go to the index has all that listed, I do believe, right?
Yeah, if you go to league history for either the majors or the minors and then click on teams, you'll be able to see all the former aliases of the teams in that league. I think Enoch and I probably should do a Bigger Strange episode on just rebrands in general. I think that might be an interesting topic. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd like to make maybe we should make, Enoch and I, maybe we can make a rebrand tier list. Like,
ooh, there we go. I like it.
Or a ranking system of like what we think our favorite rebrands are. I would have to do a lot of research for that to pull up the really old rebrand like logos and emblems and all of that, because there are at least 5 that I'm looking at right now that I cannot for the life of me even picture an image in my head of what that brand initially looked like. And all of them are minor league teams. It's an interesting concept, you know, with rebranding, because I feel like it gets a lot of hate. Anytime a team rebrands, there's always people who are saying, like, this is unnecessary, I hate the rebrand, don't like it, why would you rebrand this team? This team is a great brand. And I get it, but at the same time, I do think that new brands are interesting and make the league more unique from year to year.
Yeah. I mean, it happens in real life, right? The minors.
Mm-hmm.
Teams are rebranding all the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a huge ecosystem.
Yeah.
And one that jumps off my head, so Oklahoma City, who's the AAA team for the Dodgers, they used to be the Oklahoma City Dodgers, but they rebranded this offseason here to I think there's the Oklahoma City Comets. And they did that as a tribute to a Hall of Fame player. Any idea who that may be?
No idea.
All right, so let me make sure I get this right.
I was gonna ask if they rebranded because the LA Dodgers sued them or something.
No, so the Dodgers used to own the team.
Oh, okay.
And then they sold it back to a private franchise. But no, so they did it because Mickey Mantle is from Oklahoma, And of course, his nickname was the Comet.
Ah.
So they kind of wanted to honor Mickey Mantle. And so then there you go. The Oklahoma City Comets were born.
Nice. I could see that being a pretty cool looking like logo with having like a comet streaking over the night sky or something like that as the logo. I could see that looking pretty cool.
Yeah, I forgot what it looks like, but it is. I think it is exactly like that.
Let me see, Oklahoma.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. If you look it up, it's like a moon. Looks like a moon, but I guess it's a comet. Looks more like a moon to me.
Oh, I see.
A moon, and then it says comets, and it's streaking across there. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good, actually. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a really solid logo. Alright, well, the index is uploaded. Should be all set to go here. So, once again, thank you everyone for sticking around to this point and watching tonight. Hope you all have a great Friday and a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you for Prospect League tomorrow and both World Series this Saturday. Be sure to tune in. Have a good rest of your week, everyone.